It's time for Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Raven Books, Floortech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Wentz and Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Ram Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. Now to the field with the voice of Bucks football, Zac Spear.
Hello and welcome to Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton, South Dakota. A beautiful night for football. All Yankton athletics brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. Bucks football is live on both Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. You're able to watch and listen live. We're officially 1 game into the season, and this time around the Yankton Bucks defend home field at Crane-Youngworth as they host the defending state champs, the Watertown Arrows. Should be a fun game, as both sides have said, we don't really like each other. It's a rivalry whether the towns are close or not. Last year they matched up and Watertown was able to pull off the win, with the final score being 27-13. The Bucks look to get back at the Arrows this year and start 2-0 on the season, but for Watertown, should they lose, they'll start 0-2. A look at last year's numbers. Again, Watertown was the defending state champs coming into this season. They scored 29.4 points per game and only allowed 13.7 points per game. Their average game, they won by 15.8 points per game. For Yankton, though, it's an even bigger difference. They scored 36.4 points per game and only allowed 12.5 points per game. That difference, nearly 24 points per game. Now, both Yankton and Watertown lost a lot of their starting players from the previous year, but both top 4 teams from last year, so you know there's still a lot of talent on the field. Yankton started the season strong with a 41-24 win over the Huron Tigers. For the Watertown Arrows, they took on a AAA team in Sioux Falls Jefferson, losing with a final score of 51-7. Watertown will be looking to bounce back, but Yankton wants to stay undefeated, and I can tell you playing in Crane-Youngworth is not always easy for visiting teams. Expect Yankton to try to force their physicality in this game, and for Watertown, they're going to need some boom plays. The talent they return is mostly in their skill positions, and they're going to need to make a difference in this game. Again, mentioned how Huron is who Yankton played last week, had some big plays there, as we do have highlights from that game. It's brought to you by Larson Carpet, the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. We'll take a watch. We'll watch and listen live to it. I'm Zac Spear alongside TJ Stotz and Eve Hawley at Crane-Youngworth as the Bucks have their first official home game of the season. Let's listen to those highlights right now. Behind him, takes the snap, looks to pass it across the middle, throws it. This one picked off. Cale Hazelhorst, the first interception of the year. Puts a man into motion. To the right side they move. He'll drop back to pass. Into Owen Eidsness, catches it. He's got some room to run across the 40. He's going to make it to midfield, makes the kicker miss. He's got some room to run. One man to beat. Miles Drotzman brings it in. Porch takes the snap, fakes it. Edley Amaro Jr. lays down the law, brings him down with a sack. Tigers. Anderson Porch is going to roll out directly after the snap as that one off of Boomsma's hands, picked off. Gavin Johnson has it. Tigers with it. Forge takes the snap, drops back, picked off. Another interception for the Bucks. Behind him stands Oakley Anderson. Anderson will get his name called, brought down. Bestie's going to launch it up on 2nd and 12. Abel Bryan pulls it in.
makes a man miss, crosses the 10, Abe O'Brien high steps it into the end zone.
Puts Amaro Jr. into motion, drops back to pass. He's going to fire it deep.
Has a man open, Owen Isnes catches it at the 30, brought down at the 27-yard line.
Bestie looking to drop back up the middle, fires it.
That one's caught, into the end zone goes Owen Isnes.
Far, we've seen 4 interceptions.
Tigers with it, Edley Amaro gets his hands on Porsche.
You know they're watching that play clock. They snap it with 5. Tegan LaCroix direct snap again.
Makes a man miss, what a move by Tegan LaCroix.
And again, those were the highlights from last week in a victory for the Yankton Bucks over the Huron Tigers. The final score being 41-24. Highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet. A big thank you to all of our Sportscaster Club members and our Element sponsors. Before we get started, I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. For the Watertown Arrows, it's head coach John Hodorf, and as always, Brady Muth for the Bucks when we return on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. We'll listen to that chat with Coach Hodorf.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. I'm Zac Spear. Now joining me over the line is head coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows. Coach, how are you doing today?
Good today.
Good to hear that. And could you tell me about your team and what should I expect to see from them?
We're a young team, pretty athletic. Do some good things, make a few mistakes, and schematically run the ball, pass the ball, try to do a little everything. We haven't quite found what we're good at, but we're kind of figuring it out with our group.
And so your team, you're coming off a state championship, but you did lose a lot of players, as you mentioned, a young team. What would you say are some of the similarities as well as differences between last year and now this year?
Oh, our skills positions are pretty good still. We lost some guys, but we were able to replace a lot of those type of kids. But our offensive line, we have a few returning guys, but our best linemen graduated, and they're a hard bunch to replace.
And so now coming up your next game, you travel to take on Yankton. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Yankton-Watertown's always a fun matchup. Everybody's excited for it. It's kind of a rivalry without being a rivalry right next to each other. Kind of a game all the kids look forward to playing.
And this early in the year, I know it can be kind of difficult, but how do you try to game plan for each opponent?
I just watch a film that you get the previous week and do what you can to put kids in the right position to make plays and teach them what to do when they get there.
And could you tell me who your team captains are and the best part of having them on your team?
We have a good group of seniors, and our captains are pretty much that whole group. So I don't really want to single any of those guys out, but they're a special group of kids. They all hold each other accountable. They work hard. So I think I'll just end with that.
And so if your team comes out on top, what are going to be the 3 keys to victory for you?
It'll be that we didn't make too many mistakes on special teams. We played hard in that third of the game. We were able to match Yankton's speed defensively to how fast they play offensively, and just to be penalty-free or not have a ton of penalties or turnovers.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Again, that was head coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows on our Coaches Conversations. When we return, our chat with head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy, and convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton. Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single $1 chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Back on our Coaches Conversations, now chatting with head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks. Coach, 1 week in, 1 win in. Tell me all about what you saw in last week's game.
I saw a group of guys that had to find a way to win a football game. Some things didn't necessarily go their way, and that's okay. They found an answer in the end. That's what matters, and showed some real grit and toughness. I think you saw some guys grow up real quick. I think there was a combination of between the offense and defense. There was 15 new starters on the field, and so both on offense and defensively. So it's a lot of new guys getting a lot of reps, and so you saw some first game jitters and just kind of feeling some things out against a team that has a lot of guys that were returning. I was really happy with the way that they responded in the second half.
And so where would you most like to see improvement from that game to this upcoming one?
We need to be more physical, and that's always number one. Never satisfied with the amount of physicality that we have. We need to do a better job of running the ball. And then just stupid mistakes, penalties, those things need to get cleaned up.
And so your defense is something that really stuck out to me. Things tied at 21 going into the half. After that, your defense only gave up 3 points. That's going to win you a lot of games.
Yeah, and I mean, some of that is our guys did a really good job, and Coach Olson also did a really good job of making some adjustments where we had right guys in the right spot in that second half. And so it was a really good combination of coaches getting together and putting guys in the right spot, and then when guys get on the field executing. And that is the thing that I love as a coach from the strategic point of things is adjustments. Games are won and lost in adjustments. And when we made the right adjustments and we had the kids that were the right ones to be in the right spot. And so all those things together gives us a good second half and lets us get a win there.
And so then heading into halftime, just had that pick six to tie things up here. That's a perfect time for a team to kind of give up and quit. Obviously, your team didn't do that. What was it like in the locker room, and did you see the leadership from the captains coming out?
Yeah, leadership was the thing that stands out the most to me. And the other thing is there was no flinch. I mean, everybody was just ready to... we need to sit down and we need to talk through some things and we need to make some adjustments, like going to a zone blocking scheme rather than pin pull with the amount of blitzing they were doing. That kind of stuff gets lost. But the most important thing is that the guys there was no worry at all. It was, we just need to get the ball back and get back to work.
Now coming up, you take on the defending champs, the Watertown Arrows. What do you expect to see from them in this game?
It's going to be a lot of the same. I mean, they're built to run the football. They're big. They're a big team, and they've got a quarterback that's a really good athlete that will run the football and throw the football, and puts us in a tight spot defensively because we've got to make sure we got enough guys to get him on the ground. When you run the quarterback, you need +1 defenders. That's why everybody likes a running quarterback. But then that puts your secondary in a little bit of a bind with less hats back there to cover. So we've got to be sound in the coverage game and then make sure we get home and play sound defense up front.
And I know you've said it doesn't take much to get your guys ready for a football game, but it is the defending state champs. Does it feel like a game that could really help solidify your team as one of the top dogs in AA?
I don't know. It's early to say that, but I mean, the biggest thing is that we're looking at is we need to come out of each week 1-0. And I know that gets cliche and coach speak and all of that, but that's really our only focus. And they are the defending state champs, and it is Watertown and all of those things. And we identify those as we're going through the week. Like, we realize that all of that, those are the things going on, but we can't focus on that when the gun goes off. We have to focus on our assignments play by play and doing things right all the time. If we can do that and not get caught up in everything else, we've got a chance.
And now Tate Bestie, he got the hard part over with. His first game as starting quarterback. What kind of growth do you expect to see from him each week as he gets more and more reps?
I expect Tate, just like you saw in that game. I mean, you saw a progression from first half to second half from a quarterback. And I think that's the thing that I appreciate the most about Tate is that he keeps his nose on the target. And he's not going to waver too much no matter what the situation is. He's going to stick to it no matter what. And so I expect to see quarter by quarter, series by series improvement with Tate.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. As always, I look forward to seeing your team in action up next at Crane-Youngworth.
Thanks a lot.
Again, that was head coach Brady Muth of the Yankton Bucks on our Coaches Conversations. We'll be back with more coming up here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memories Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
And we apologize, a little late on the national anthem. Ran it about 3 minutes earlier here at Crane-Youngworth than what we were expecting. Well, getting to the starting lineups here on the field, the Yankton Bucks on the field in their black jersey, black pants, red helmets, the Watertown Arrows with white jerseys, purple pants, purple helmets. Again, I'm Zac Spear alongside TJ Stotz helping on color today, Eve Hawley running the stream and camera. And TJ, one thing last week for the Yankton Bucks was you felt like the offensive line was unable to push the defensive line of the Tigers. They couldn't really get that run game going. A former Yankton Buck, a former offensive lineman, how important is it to win those battles in the trenches?
Well, that's where the game is usually won and lost, is right there on the line of scrimmage. You have to be fast out of the gate right away in the beginning of the game if you hope to control. Last week, I think we ended up taking over in the second half, but it took us a while to get the hang of it.
And you're kind of hoping maybe those first game jitters out of the Bucks. But I did talk with Coach Muth, and, of course, he says it almost every week, but this time it really felt true. It was expect more physicality. You've got to be more physical. You know, as he even said, it's kind of coach talk, but coming out of last week in which they just weren't able to move that ball as they normally could, didn't quite feel like coach talk. It felt like that's really what we should expect to see in today's game.
And we do hope to see that today. And I think we will see a much faster, quicker line today. And hopefully they come firing off that ball and can push Watertown around a little bit.
Again, both teams are on the field. It's time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. We'll start with the starting offense for the visiting Watertown Arrows. Starting with the big guys up front in the center. Number 64, it's Andrew Dahl. On the left side at guard, number 65, Luca Lessing. Number 79, the left tackle, Ethan Eichens. Then to the right side at guard, number 75, Kason Jensen. And the right tackle, number 77, Caleb Thrunson. The skill positions at wide receiver, number 3, Kessler Swenson. Alongside number 7, Cutler Swenson. And number 27, Kai Paulson. The tight end is number 11, Hunter Peterson. Running the ball for the Arrows, number 20, Lincoln Scott. And behind center for the Arrows, the quarterback, number 17, Marcus Pitkin. Now time for the starting defense of your Yankton Bucks. Starting with the safeties, the strong safety, number 16, Tegan LaCroix. He'll be along with number 14, who just got his first interception of the year, first for the Bucks on the year, Cale Hazelhorst. The cornerback duo made up of number 1, Carter Boomsma, and number 15, Miles Drotzman. The linebacker duo made up of number 33, Chase Platt, and number 5, Madden McQuaid. The defensive ends for the Bucs will be number 9, Talon Kenny, and number 85, Jake Bivens. The nose tackle, number 64, Trace Gaskins. The defensive tackle, number 94, William Guzman-Ogofsky. And the rover defender of this Bucs defense, number 21, Gavin Johnson. Again, those are your starting lineups here for the Bucs and the Watertown Arrows. Kickoff only moments away. And your starting lineups brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. We're only moments away from game time. And let's take a look at the polls before we get to the coin toss here. Now with 2 polls, we've got the South Dakota Media Prep poll and the South Dakota Power 5 poll. Well, for this week, they're exactly the same, so nice and easy. At the 1 spot, Pierre. Yankton stays at the number 2 spot. In the 3 spot is T. Area, who moved up from the 4 spot. Sturgis Brown now in the 4 spot, who was previously not ranked. And in the 5 spot, also on the field here, Watertown. Also receiving votes in AA, Brookings, Aberdeen Central, Mitchell, and Spearfish. Again, the Yankton Bucs and the Watertown Arrows look to battle it out here. Kickoff set for 7. I'm Zac Spear alongside TJ Stotz and Eve Hawley helping out on the stream and camera. Yankton Bucs football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. A big thank you to all of our Sportscaster Club members and our Element sponsors, including, well, TJ Stotz, the owner of the Bone Setter, here alongside me. As now the starting lineups on the field have wrapped up again, the Bucs in their all-black jersey and pants, trimmed out with white lettering and their red helmets. For the Watertown Arrows in the visiting white jerseys, trimmed out in purple, along with purple pants and helmet. And now the captains of each side to meet in the middle. The captains for Yankton are Tate Bestie, Owen Eidsness, Peyton Eustace, Cale Hazelhorst, and Easton Feeser. Game time only moments away here at Crane-Youngworth. TJ, again, we talked about how physicality is something the Bucs want to improve upon from last week. What is another thing that you noticed in that game that you'd like to see Yankton do well in this one?
Well, obviously, we need to keep the penalties to a minimum tonight. Last week was really tough with that many penalties coming out of the gate. We all understand first game jitters, but now it's the second game. We're playing Watertown. Physicality is going to be a big part of this game, and Watertown has never pushed around easy.
Absolutely, and they weren't last year. Watertown won the matchup in their last time seeing each other on the field. You talk about those first-game jitters. There was a couple, though, that it's not first-game jitters. It's Coach Muth not happy, saying, you got to be smarter. We saw a couple of unsportsmanlike conducts from the Bucs. I would be surprised if we see one or more here in today's game. I know Muth got on them about that, and as I had mentioned during the last game, probably some extra laps were in order if you get a unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Usually that is the case, and I hope that was the case this week. I think that Coach Muth probably had long discussions about that, and hopefully by Wednesday we weren't talking about that anymore. We were just looking forward to the game this week.
Absolutely. Some stats from last week. Rushing the football, Jay Sedlacek, 23 carries for 70 yards. Edley Amaro Jr., 1 carry for 4 yards. Tate Bestie ran 5 times for 24 yards. Madden McQuaid had 2 carries for 11 yards. Tegan LaCroix, 4 carries for only 5 yards, but 2 of those touchdowns. Carson Krall, 1 carry for 3 yards. And Owen Eidsness, 2 carries for 9 yards. So Watertown wins the coin toss. They've deferred. We'll see Yankton's offense on the field to start this one. Last week passing, Tate Bestie was 18 of 29, 248 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Receiving, Cale Hazelhorst had 3 receptions for 30 yards. Abe O'Brien, 4 receptions, 76 yards, and 1 touchdown. Owen Eidsness, 7 catches, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. A huge game from Owen Eidsness. Carter Boomsma with 2 catches, 27 yards. And Jason Lachek for 2 catches, 17 yards. And big defensive and special teams plays. Miles Drotzman with a kick return touchdown. Cale Hazelhorst with 1 interception. It was the first of the year for Yankton. Edley Amaro Jr. had 2 sacks. And then Gavin Johnson and Chase Platt each had an interception as well. And that's another thing, TJ. The turnovers definitely benefited Yankton. But the biggest one of the game was favoring Huron as a pick 6 to end the half.
And we were surprised by that play call at the end of the half. A lot of times you're in that position, you run a play that takes the clock down or gives you a shot at a nice run, but it takes you safely into halftime to discuss how the half went.
So expect to see some differences here from week 1 to week 2. The Yankton Bucks and the Watertown Arrows here at Crane-Youngworth. Set to kick off here are the Watertown Arrows, and it'll be number 35, Carson Schlott. Back to receive for the Bucks is going to be Owen Eidsness and Tegan LaCroix. Now on my starting lineup from Muth, it lists both Carter Boomsma and Miles Drotzman as the return men for the Bucks, but again, it's going to be Tegan LaCroix and Owen Eidsness, two explosive players, both on the football field and the basketball court. 7 o'clock on the dot. Schlott takes his steps back. The Watertown Arrows here to kick things off, and the ball in the air. Kickoff is here, and it only reaches about the 28-yard line. That's where it's fielded, and falling forward, the 36-yard line is where Yankton will start with it here. And Talon Kenny on the return. Not a name you expected to hear with that carry, TJ.
And I don't think he was expecting to receive that. He looked a little surprised from up here, but good on him. He caught the ball and even picked up a few yards for us.
And that's you get to. He's listed as a tight end defensive line. Hopefully that tight end work is why he's able to catch it. Either way, the 36-yard line, they've now moved him back to the 35 here. The Bucks will start with the ball. Tate Bestie takes a snap, immediately looks to pass it. Over Jay Sedlacek, falls incomplete.
Line had great protection for him. He had a lot of time to make that pass, even though it was a quick out. Great protection. Start the game.
So 2nd and 10 coming up here. We're about 8 seconds in. Clock is stopped as the pass fell incomplete. Tate Bestie, an incompletion on his first attempt. He's going to drop back to pass again. Fires it. Has a man open. It's caught at the 40. Up to the 44-yard line. 3rd and 1 coming up. Carter Boomsma with the 9-yard catch.
Very similar play. They just ran it to the other side of the field. And again, Bestie had a lot of time there.
And as you mentioned, in the trenches, that's where a lot of games are won. Jay Sedlacek gets it up the middle. A hard-earned 3 yards. He gets the first down, and the Bucks are moving on offense. A fresh set of downs here.
First down.
Off to his left is Sedlacek. Owen Eidsness put into motion. Up the middle it goes. Sedlacek, some room, breaks the first tackle to the other side of the field. Brings it up for about a 7-yard gain. 2nd and short here coming up from the Bucks. They'll give him enough for 8. 2nd and 2. Taking the snap, rolling with it, Tate Bestie. That one caught up to the 40 across. Another first down here for the Bucks, and Boomsma another catch.
Great pickup by Jay Sedlacek. Linebacker came right through the middle, provided a little extra time for Tate Bestie there.
And you can't ask much better protection, as you mentioned, from your running back there. As Sedlacek, a couple of nice runs as well as a nice block. He just got it. He gets his name called again right up the middle. Won't get much this time. Picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 on the way.
Watertown really scrambled and caught around him. There was about 6 people in on that play.
And Sedlacek not easy to bring down, but again, when you've got about 6 on the play, makes life a little bit easier if you're one of the guys trying to bring him down. Eidsness moves to the left to the right side. Bestie again wanting to throw it. Catching it is Sedlacek. Sets the edge, gets around the corner, nearly tripped up, falls forward to the 23-yard line. First down, Bucks.
And Jay Sedlacek just barely missed keeping his feet. I think he'd have had another 10 or 15 yards if he'd have been able to keep his feet on that play.
Certainly could have been trouble there for the defense of Watertown. 1st and 10, new set of downs yet again here for Yankton. Immediately on the sweep with the carry. Boomsma gets it. Not much to pick up there, gets 2.
Brought down by number 5, Cooper Ketwig. They'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Bucks.
They'll give him 1 yard. It's a short 9, long 8 coming up here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bestie fires it to the right. That one caught. Eidsness again coming off a great game. Another completion here for Tate Bestie. And they'll give him, looks like enough for the first down. No, they're going to say a yard short here. An 8-yard pickup. Eidsness on his first catch. Bestie starting out 4 for 5 in this one. It's been a great start. He's going to roll out to his left, looking to fire it across the middle. Caught at the 5. Flag is down on the play.
Brought down around the 5-yard line.
We'll see if that completion to Eidsness for 8 yards stands or not.
Flag on the play.
I think they're going to be calling this on Yankton.
And it does look like the Bucks are moving back, so scratch that play. We'll see where they end up here.
Holding, number 66, 10-yard penalty, third down.
And you're right, TJ. Hold. That one will go against Austin Conway. Conway, a junior lineman here for this Bucks team. Make it 3rd and 11. A big third down here for Yankton. Trying to be the first, scores the snap, gets above Bestie, recovers nicely, fires it. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. And now, TJ, you're in a situation after that penalty. You're at about the 23-yard line. There was some kicking struggles last week in Huron. We'll see what the call is here from Muth, and it looks like Ortiz is on for 3.
And this would be a 40-yard field goal.
Out to kick for the Bucks is number 30.
9 minutes, 5 seconds to play here in the first quarter. We have no score yet. Kevin Ortiz is still in to kick this one. For the first lead of the game, Yankton looks for it. Hoping their lefty kicker here can push it through. Ortiz gets a good snap. Hold is good. Didn't make it through. It falls short. And no points here as Watertown will take over. And TJ, again, that hold is definitely the reason that drive fell apart.
That's right. If we'd have been able to just keep that one play, we would have been first and goal there at the 9-yard line, I believe.
So a change of events there as the Bucks here now forced to play on the defensive side. Ball at the 23-yard line. As now a flag will fly pre-snap. Yankton's pointing at the Watertown side. We'll see who the call's on. Does look like it's going to go against Watertown, but you cannot hear the call. Well, we're not going to get the call. Microphone wasn't working. 5-yard penalty on Watertown is what we do know. 1st and 15 as Marcus Pitkin, the quarterback, and his team take over. Pitkin has 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Looking to run this one himself. Yankton's defensive front not giving him much room. He'll fall forward to about the 19-yard line, a pickup of 2 with his feet.
After our offensive line did a great job with our opening drive, our defensive line comes out with a nice stop right away on the first play.
2nd and 13, it's the exact position you want to be in on defense. For Watertown, though, that's those pre-snap penalties. They feel like free yardage that you're giving up, and that first down is so crucial. You need to pick up positive yards, not head the other direction. Kessler Swenson gets put to the right side. Drifting over that way here. Fires it. That one caught. First down, Watertown up to the 35-yard line. That one caught by Hunter Peterson. A 16-yard pickup from Marcus Pitkin to Hunter Peterson.
And Peterson just sat down right in between 3 Bucks who were within just 3 yards of him, but quarterback made a nice throw and got him right in the chest.
And it's kind of the flip of what we saw last week against Huron for Yankton. As they start, the defensive line looked good, but the secondary didn't hold up on that. Of course, we're only 2 plays in, but last week what we saw in Huron is that secondary of Yankton did not give up anything, whereas the defensive line maybe struggled a little more. The first handoff here of the game for Watertown. With it is Scott. Scott, a nice pickup on first down. He gets 6 yards. That's only 3 offensive plays for Watertown here. So far, they have picked up 24 yards off those 3 plays. That 5-yard penalty didn't make much of a difference. 2nd and 4 coming up here. Watertown huddled up. 7.5 to play here in the first quarter. No score on either side. Watertown with the football on their own side of the field. Some pre-snap motion. Again, a handoff. Scott brought down in the backfield at the 40.
Scott brought down in the backfield by number 21.
Scott is going to lose a yard as we've got a Yankton-Winnelson replay. Yankton-Winnelson, second-generation, family-owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. The crowd getting loud here at Crane-Youngworth. This is when I said it's not easy to play here as an opponent. 3rd and 5 here out of the shotgun, works Pitkin. Pitkin, the quick pass to Scott. Scott has room to run, gets across to the 50, another first down for Watertown.
And they set that screenplay up perfectly. Yankton ran right by him, and there was no one anywhere close.
And usually as a defensive lineman, if you've got a free shot towards the quarterback, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
So Scott with his first catch here of the game. Marcus Pitkin, a nice start to his game as quarterback. 2 for 2. He's thrown for 33 yards. Also had a 2-yard carry earlier. 1st and 10, Watertown now on the Buck side of the field on the 48-yard line. A strong formation here as Pitkin just tucks the ball immediately. Thrown down in the backfield. Tackle made by Gavin Johnson.
Once again, Gavin's doing a great job of getting through the line. They don't even really see him coming right now.
What a play, Gavin Johnson. Not a chance that Pitkin was getting out of that one. Lost 3 yards on the play. Another big defensive play for Yankton. But it seems like they can make these big plays and give up only 1 or 2 yards, but then it's that big 13 to 15-yard play that's been bailing Watertown out. Right now, 2nd and 13 to go here. Right back to midfield. Watertown now on their own side. Fake handoff to the fullback. Then they'll give it up to Scott. Scott stopped at the 50, only gets 1.
Not sure if that was a broken play or if that was designed that way, but it sure didn't go anywhere.
Certainly seemed awkward. It looked like Pitkin definitely wanted to give it up to the fullback. Instead, he's forced to pull it back. As you said, not sure if that's the design. Either way, the Bucks defensive line sniffed that one out. 3rd and 12 here, the perfect position for your defense. But now you got to think, can't give up too many yards, too, because you get in that no man's land on 4th down. And if you only have a yard or 2 to go, Watertown might go for it. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Football's on the ground. Pitkin gets out of the immediate pressure. Brought down with a sack. Gavin Johnson's got another one. Gavin Johnson pulls him down. They're saying Chase Platt. I thought Gavin Johnson got his hands on him. Either way, a big sack.
I think there were 3 Bucks making their way through the line right away, even though it was a bad snap.
Back to punt for the Arrows, number 37, Gage Robinson.
So now a forced punt as it's 4th and what feels like forever for Watertown. Gage Robinson to punt this away here for Watertown. Gets the snap, boots it. A line drive. Eidsness fields it at the 19-yard line. Up towards the near side, gets a good block up to the 29-yard line. A 10-yard return for Owen Eidsness, and that's where the Bucks take over. No score, 4.5 to play in the first quarter. So the Bucks had a great offensive drive to start, but then a penalty derailed that. Knocked him just out of the range of Kevin Ortiz missing the field goal. At that high school level, though, 40 is kind of at that range where you start questioning it. Bessie here with his cadence. Flag flies. Pass fell incomplete. Have a feeling this one's against Yankton. And it is a false start against the Bucks, which will push them back to 1st and 15. But I tell you what, TJ, they had 10 penalties in the first quarter last game. They're at 2 right now with 4.5 to play in the first quarter. That's certainly improvement.
That is an improvement, but we'd sure like to see this drive turn into a nice solid one again and pick up where we left off on the last one.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Sidlacek to the right of Bestie. 1st and 15. Has some time. Now facing pressure. Fires it away. That one knocked out of bounds. But the nearest player there was Lincoln Scott of the Arrows. Bucks are glad that one fell incomplete.
And that was close. If he'd had one more step, he'd have been able to take that one.
That one looked eerily similar towards that Huron pick 6. Bucks lucky that one not going the other way for 6. 2nd and 15 now. As Bestie will take it, wants to throw again. This time caught Eidsness. Eidsness is going to pick up only a yard before he's brought down. 3rd and 14. Yankton needs a big play on offense, and this is not a surprise that the game has started this way. Two physical teams that don't like each other. No score as we hit the 4-minute mark in the first quarter. Bucks with the ball. 3rd and 14. They need to get up to the 40-yard line, currently on their own 26. Bestie telling his guy to step back here. Nearly got that Watertown defense to jump. Has time across the middle. Boomsma in and out of his hands. Falls incomplete. That was a beautiful throw by Bestie, but I did think I saw a flag on the play. Yankton is hoping this is on Watertown because that was a dropped pass that was going for 20-plus.
It was a great throw right through traffic. I think it might have been tipped just a little bit, and that's why Boomsma couldn't hang on to it.
5 yards, guys, in the backfield.
And it's a legal formation on the Bucks, so that'll be declined, and the punting unit will come out for Yankton. But again, I do want to highlight what a throw there by Tate Bestie. As you said, maybe got tipped, but you feel like that one hit him right in the breadbasket. Got to pull that one in. Then at least give you a chance on what would have been 3rd and 19.
Back deep for the Arrows, number 4, Brody Randall.
Brody Randall to return here for the Arrows. Liam Villanueva has his punt blocked. Ball on the ground. Watertown falls on it on the Bucks' 19-yard line. And a collapse there of the offensive line, who's played so well. This time not giving Villanueva enough time. A big play for Watertown, and they're in scoring position already. And excuse me, wasn't the 19, it was the 16-yard line. That's where the Arrows will take over 1st and 10. No score, but Watertown might change that here. Bucks need a great defensive stand. A strong backfield behind Pitkin. Max Sears in as fullback. A run up the middle. Scott got the ball. Didn't get anything. 2nd and 10. And now Lincoln Scott, the starting running back for the Arrows, 4 carries, and he's got 6 yards. All 6 he picked up in that first carry of the game. So Bucks, a great adjustment on the defensive front. 2nd and 10 for Watertown on the Bucks' 19-yard line. Has some late adjustments from this Bucks defense. Keep their guys fresh.
And here's where the Bucks' physicality is going to need to shine through if we want to stop them.
Pitkin fakes the handoff. Play action. Rolls to the near side. That one dropped.
It was in and out of his hands.
So now we've seen it twice, TJ. 2 drops already in this game, and we've got 2:45 to play in the first quarter. Sears had that, and he was probably going to be awfully close to that first down line. Would have been 3rd and short or 1st and goal.
He certainly had running room. I don't think there were any Bucks within about 3 or 4 yards of him.
But now a big 3rd down here. Again, you hear the feet stomping at Crane-Youngworth in a game that's moved at a slightly different pace than what we saw last week. 2:46 to play in the first, only 18 minutes in. Pitkin sends his guy over to the far side. It's Kessler Swenson. Takes the snap, drops back. This one picked off. Cale Hazelhorst, another interception. He's got room to run. Crosses the 40, the 50. He's got room to run. Only one man to beat. Cale Hazelhorst, pick 6, Yankton. The Bucks are on the board with 6 points. As we watch that replay on our Yankton-Winnelson replay, well, we said the physicality needed to shine. That wasn't the physicality. That was just a great read by Cale Hazelhorst for his 2nd interception of the year.
And then it was a foot race to the end, and he just made it.
Hazelhorst starting off the season strong. He's already got 2 interceptions, 1 in each game. This time he returns for 6. And that could not have been a bigger momentum boost for the Bucks here. Now the extra point, up and good for Kevin Ortiz. The Bucks lead it 7-0 with 2.5 to play in the first quarter. We'll be back in a moment with the rest of the first quarter on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand-patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
7-0, your Yankton Bucks lead it. Pick 6 from Cale Hazelhorst. What a momentum shift there. Watertown started on Yankton's 16, and Yankton's the one who ends up with 7 on the board. Villanueva boots this one away, and heading over to the other side, Watertown here to return. They'll pick it up from about their own 4-yard line, and not much room to run as Yankton brings them down at the 21-yard line.
Big hit at full speed there. The crowd noticed that one. Big moan from the crowd.
Yeah, anytime you hear that, ooh, from a crowd at a football game, you know someone put down the hammer.
You know, and speaking of the crowd had really gotten quiet there right at the end of that drive, but then a quick interception, return for a touchdown, that sure changes the mood in a hurry.
Certainly does, and Yankton leads 7-0 on the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard here early in the game. Just under 2.5 to play in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 23 is where the Arrows will start this drive. They want to throw it right away. In and out of the hands, falls incomplete. As that one, the attempt was made to Tyson Suman.
Tyson Suman is incomplete.
As now Marcus Pitkin started out 2 for 2 for 33 yards. Now 0 for 3 in an interception.
2nd and 10.
Hazelhorst with some excellent coverage on that play. Otherwise, that might have been a completion.
And Hazelhorst, definitely a ball hawk, a team captain for the Bucks, and really a great player. He's the highlighted player of the week I interviewed last week heading into the season. As Pitkin will hand it off this time, some good room to run across the 30, falling forward to the 34-yard line. A nice pickup there from Tyson Miller. 1st and 10, Watertown.
And he had a lot of room to run through that line. Our defensive line is going to have to close that down if we want to stop that run.
And that was kind of an issue last week for this Bucks team, was stopping the run, and that is so crucial in football. You've got to be able to stop the run. 1st and 10, they've made their way up to their own 34-yard line. Arrows with the football. They trail 7-0. Again, they'll go up the middle. This time the defensive front of Yankton will stop them. A pickup of 3 or 4. And again, on the carry will be Miller. 2nd, and they do give him the full 4, 6 yards to go. So 2 carries for Tyson Miller, 16 yards. It's a nice start to this one for him. Hadn't seen him until that 12-yard carry, and they figured why not go right back to him. Now an empty backfield here for Marcus Pitkin. Excuse me, thought he was out back in shotgun. Has his halfback behind him, takes the snap. He's going to run it up the middle himself. Absolutely nothing going on there. He's going to lose a yard.
And it seemed at first like Yankton brought everybody on that, but they only brought one linebacker, and they just swarmed him.
And that's what's confusing when, a quarterback, especially at the high school level, trying to figure out who's actually coming, who's going to drop back into coverage. And that time, as you mentioned, looked like it was going to be a full-bore blitz. And instead, Yankton dropped back into coverage. Doesn't matter, as Pitkin had nowhere to go. Another 3rd down here, under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Firing it in the air. Ball swatted down. Gavin Johnson, a great defensive play.
And Gavin dives from behind to in front to knock that ball down.
That brings up 4th down.
Gavin Johnson, an incredible play as a quick stop here for the Bucks defense. Owen Eidsness set to return the punt here as Gage Robeson to punt it away. As this one nearly blocked. We already saw one blocked punt. This one goes out of bounds, but that's tough when you're a punter, have a defender right in your face. You just got to get it out of there.
And that was quick. He really had no time to get that off. He barely had time to handle it.
Again, Watertown blocked Yankton's punt. But this one, it wasn't blocked, but Yankton's going to start in great field position at the 50-yard line. Here is where their offense is going to take over. And this is an offense that doesn't necessarily need a ton of help, as they put up 42 points last week. 7 on the board now, but that's thanks to the defense. Bestie has Sedlacek to his right. He's got 3 carries. Gets a block from Sedlacek. Bestie's going to keep this one himself. Tries to get back up to the 50. He's going to be stopped a yard short and lose a yard on his first carry of the game.
And that loss was thanks to Watertown's secondary. He just got run out of bounds, and he had nowhere he could throw that ball.
And I tell you what, TJ, as we hit the end of the first quarter, I really thought he was going to run it right away. Then he looked to throw it and then ended up tucking anyways. But after our first quarter of play, 7-0 Yankton leads on the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Back to the field. 12 minutes have been put on the clock as we are entering the second quarter of play. Bucks lead at 7-0 over the Watertown Arrows. They face a 2nd and 12 coming up here. After the Tate Bestie run that looked like maybe a passing play. Really was kind of hard to tell on the design. Either way, 2nd and 12. Bestie loads up. Has his man, Owen Eidsness again, across the 10, touchdown, Yankton! A 52-yard touchdown pass. Tate Bestie to Owen Eidsness. Again, we'll watch that Yankton when Nelson replays. Owen Eidsness, what a start to the season. His 3rd touchdown already this year. Eidsness just simply outran his defender, Bestie. A beautiful ball there. 52 yards. And I tell you what, TJ, does it feel like Yankton has every ounce of momentum right now in this game?
Yes, they sure do. That's a great way to open up your second quarter. And to finish it off with an extra point.
So 14-0, your updated score here. Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming. The Bucks on top in the second quarter early on. We'll be back in just a moment for kickoff.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
The Yankton Bucks on top, 14-0 with 11:51 to play in the second quarter. TJ, one play into the second quarter, a 52-yard touchdown.
Great job by Bessie to stand tall in the pocket, pump fake, and over the top for a touchdown.
Could not have placed it any better. Hit Owen Eidsness in stride. Now the kickoff here. Liam Villanueva, that one caught at the 3-yard line as Watertown has some work to try and get it, but laying down the boom there for the Yankton Bucks is number 8, Carson Krall, and not a surprise to see as Bryce Krall was quite the linebacker. We do have a player down on the field. We'll get the camera off of him. 23-yard line is where the Arrows will take over. Hopefully all is okay. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment here.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
And returning to the field, it's good to see him up and walking. On the play down was Brody Randall on the return. Again, a huge hit there from Carson Krall on the kickoff. That is the second time now, TJ, that we've seen a big hit on a kickoff here.
And that's why kickoffs are so dangerous, is because we come full speed from tens, dozens, or even the whole field away, and it makes for some awfully big collisions.
And we did get a big one here. Hopefully all is well with Randall, and we'll see him later on the field. For now, though, he is on the sideline after being shaken up on the return. Arrows with 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line. This Bucks defense hasn't given up much since that first drive, if not anything. Handoff up the middle to the fullback. He'll fall forward up to the 27-yard line. On the carry there, number 42, Max Sears. His first carry of the game. 2nd and 6 to go.
Brought down by number 33, Chase Platt.
Chase Platt with the tackle there. And Max Sears, well, he's had it faked his way a couple times. Finally gets the ball in his hands. Gets a 4-yard pickup. He's been doing a lot of blocking, though, here for Watertown. 2nd and 6 here. It's a manageable 2nd down. As taking the snap here, keeping it himself is Pitkin. Pitkin trying to wait for his blocks to develop. Picks up 3 yards and a 3rd and short situation on the way.
And though they're gaining yards, these are some very hard-fought yards over the first couple of plays this drive.
3rd down, 3 yards needed. Chase Platt, another tackle there. The foot stomping ensues here at Crane-Youngworth, as it does every 3rd down when the Bucks are on defense. Yankton looks to keep this momentum. They lead it 14-0, 10.5 to play here in the first half. Watertown with the football on their own 31. They need to get up to the 33. It looked like they added a yard on an option play. Gets it to Scott. Scott brought down short of the first down line.
Scott is brought down by number 16, Tegan LaCroix.
And it looks like they're going to be about 2 yards short.
No gain on the play.
So far, not bringing anybody else out on the field.
In Watertown, looking like they want to go for it. Definitely a risky play. Now they're going to do the late swap here for the punt unit to come out. And it makes you wonder, TJ, how often does that work when you try to delay putting out the punt unit? Quick throw them out. You wonder, but obviously I'm not a coach.
Well, most teams are ready for it. They're ready to get the right team on the field quickly when you know it's 3rd down.
So 4th and about 1 here. As now a timeout. It's going to be called by Coach John Hodorf of the Arrows, a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification. Salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. We'll take that break with them and be back in just a moment on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting Vishay, VicheCareers.com. Viche is an equal opportunity employer. Viche, the DNA of tech.
And TJ, coming out of this, Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, that timeout tells me he really just was unsure of what team he wanted out there.
I think that's right. I think he was trying to decide just how much he needed to go, and now we're not sure if he's punting or not. Now they are lined up in punt formation.
Ball is snapped. Good hold, the high punt, but it's not going to travel very far. Takes a bounce at the Bucks 49-yard. It'll roll out of bounds right around the 39-yard line. Again, that one didn't travel very far, only 11 yards to the Bucks side of the field, who take over on their own 39-yard line. So good starting field position here for the Bucks. Again, they've got the momentum. A pick six and a 52-yard touchdown through the air will do that for you. We'll see how they come out of the gates here. Bucks laid out onto the field, discussing with all their coaches. Two to the right, one to the left for Bestie. Behind him is Sedlacek. Abe O'Brien, the lone receiver on the left, and a flag will fly before it's a false start, 1st and 15. Again, TJ, though, it's penalty 3. We're in the second quarter. You're feeling a lot better about that than where we were at last week.
That's right. And these penalties are false starts, mean we're ready to go. We're excited. We kind of like a false start here and there.
You know, the 5 yards doesn't hurt too much. You know, I like to know my guys are excited. I like that. I'm gonna take that one from you, TJ. 1st and 15 here. As Bestie puts Eidsness from the right side to now the left side. Drops back, looking to throw this one. Quick pass, dump off to Sedlacek, who makes the catch. Dives forward up to the 41-yard line. Now 2nd and 10. They get up to the original line of scrimmage, a pickup of 5.
Sedlacek with an excellent catch out of his shoestrings there, and he quickly changed direction and beat the defense for an extra 6 yards.
2nd and 8 for your Bucks.
2nd and 8, is a pickup of 7. A delayed handoff, flag will fly. Sedlacek was tackled for no gain. We'll see if that holds or not, though.
Illegal formation. 5 in the backfield.
And it'll be an illegal formation on Yankton. That's the second one called today. First one accepted. As now we'll move it back yet again here. 2nd and long. They'll need about 13, a short 13, a long 12 here. One big difference in today's game is last week we saw Edley Amaro frequently as the H-back for this Bucks offense. I don't believe we've seen him in that position once here yet. So just Bestie along with Sedlacek. Lots of movement. Flag flies yet again. This time it looks like it's going against Watertown.
Dead ball. Encroachment. White. 5-yard penalty.
So TJ, Yankton gives Watertown 5. Watertown gives the 5 back. We come back to our 2nd and 8, and I tell you what, this is actually beneficial for Yankton because when they got that 5-yard penalty, they had a run up the middle for no gain. Would have been 3rd and 8. Now it's 2nd and 8. Bestie takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Sedlacek, takes it himself outside the numbers, falls forward to the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Bestie brings the ball to the 45.
Bestie fought hard for those 4 yards that he just got. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but powered himself forward.
What I like what I'm seeing from Bestie is he's really not tucked the ball too frequently. Only 2 carries so far in this game for him. He's looking to throw it as he's already got 11 passing attempts. As this one, a broken play in the backfield. Watertown will stop him for a loss of a yard.
Bestie brought down by number.
And as I was just saying, Bestie then has his 3rd carry of the night. That'll bring up 4th down. Yankton will be forced to punt it away. 14-0 your score remains. Bucks leading it with 7.5 to play here in the first half.
Back deep for the Arrows, number 32, Tyson Miller.
Tyson Miller to return this punt. Liam Villanueva, the punter for Yankton, also does the kickoffs. Has a second punt blocked right back into his face mask. Watertown has it, and now they're going to bring it to the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown Arrows by number 9,
Watertown, their first score of the game off a second blocked punt.
And that's the second time that Watertown has made it past the three defenders right in front of the punter. We're letting a good portion of them right through the line right away and counting on those three to be able to pick everybody up. There were just too many people coming. There's no way they were able to stop that.
Liam Villanueva not given much of a fighting chance, though. Now a one-possession game, 14-6 your score. Watertown has made it a closer one. As now, looks like we might have an offsides here on Carter Boomsma of the Bucks. Got a little eager one to time that right, go for the block. And it will be. It'll be a 1-yard penalty, TJ. That's one you really don't hate. A 1-yard penalty, they're still going for the extra point. Well, now Hodorf stepped onto the field, thought he was maybe going to go for 2, but still, it's an aggressive penalty. You can't fault the guys for it. So now the hold. Hold is good, and kick is also good. 14-7 your new score. Yankton still on top, but the Arrows now on the board after a blocked punt return for a touchdown. When we come back, the Bucks back on offense and the kickoff on Classic. It's 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
We've got a good game here at Crane-Youngworth Field in Yankton. And Yankton Bucks football, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, is on Classic. It's 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Bucks looking for their second win of the season. Watertown looking for their first after they lost to Sioux Falls Jefferson in Week 1. A AAA team, but you know, TJ, the one thing is they've now got the AAA game out of the way.
And that's nice for them because now they can just concentrate on the AA games for the rest of their season.
Yankton, their AAA game this year, they'll take on Harrisburg. It's who they played last year as well, this time in Harrisburg. Certainly a tricky game, but the Bucks always up for a challenge as they kick off here. The Bucks lined up, ready to roll, and the ball in the air. And this one will be caught at the 19-yard line as Tegan LaCroix some room to run, but he's laid down at the 35-yard line. A decent return, and it really makes you appreciate the leg on Liam Villanueva of Yankton. Watertown's been catching the kickoffs at about the 3-yard line. Yankton's been catching them around the 20-yard line.
And we noticed that we moved our receivers up about 10 yards for that kickoff.
Tegan LaCroix, definitely a shifty player here. He had quite the move last week in a touchdown run against the Tigers. Put a defender on the ground without touching him, basically. And Tate Bestie now here puts Abe O'Brien from the left side to the right side. All receivers strong to that side as Bestie looks that way, fires across his body, falls incomplete. Boomsma was the intended receiver. And you wonder if that was a throwaway ball from Bestie there, as it was really kind of nowhere near anyone. Didn't really have anyone open. It's not a play that you hate to see. Just throw it away. On to second down, and that's what they're doing here. Eidsness into motion. He gets the fake handoff, as now Bestie forced to step up into the pocket and run it for a first down, Yankton. 11 yards on the pickup. And Tate Bestie with the longest run of the night for Yankton. He's now got 4 carries, followed closely by Jason Lachek with 3 carries.
An excellent decision by Bestie there. For a moment, it looked like he was going to try to throw again, but he took off and picked up the first down.
The pocket collapsed, and it collapsed behind him. You had one move, one opportunity, step forward and keep moving. That's exactly what Bestie did. 1st and 10 here for the Bucks on their own 46-yard line. Now with the option, Bestie's going to keep it and go up the middle again, crosses midfield. A nice pickup of 5 on first down. Right now, I like what Muth is doing with his offense, keeping that defense on their toes. They've got the lead by 7. but not just going to run it up with our halfback up the middle each time. Disguising the plays, and so far it's worked well on this drive as Bestie now to the far side. Sedlacek looked like he was holding as that ball thrown out of bounds. Pretty confident we've got a hold on Sedlacek, though. This is probably going back 10 yards here for Yankton.
Anytime you can see a guy with a jersey in his hand being pulled from behind, you're pretty sure you've got the holding call.
10-yard penalty.
It is a 10-yard penalty. Yankton picks up their 6th penalty now of the game as we are past the halfway mark of the second quarter. 14-7 your score here.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 41-yard line.
Bucks move back to the 41. It's 2nd and 15 here. Bestie takes the snap, drops back, loads up, fires it. Eidsness, what a great catch! Owen Eidsness makes the play up to the 31-yard line. He's got it.
1-yard line by number 37, Gage Robeson. That's enough for Yankton Bucks.
A 28-yard completion to Owen Eidsness. Another arrow on the ground here. But first down for Yankton. TJ, what a play by Owen Eidsness. Just got his body around, got in good position, essentially boxed out the defender, made sure he was the only one who could touch that ball.
And that defender couldn't have played it any better than that. He was right on there. They were body on body all the way down the field. Eidsness just made the more athletic move.
Your score 14-7. Bucks moving the football 1st and 10. Again, we do have a Watertown arrow on the field. We'll take a quick break. Hopefully when we return, he is up on his feet and good to go. Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
And luckily we do see him up and on his feet. It's Caden Decker, senior for the Arrows. Was down on the ground for a little while. And TJ, we've seen a couple of Arrows here struggling to get up. And obviously you hate to see it, but you do feel like Yankton's physicality right now is getting the best of them.
And you do, and you're right about how Yankton is changing up their look. But even when you change up a look, this line has been having to hold very strong against a tough Watertown line.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Clock starts up again here on the signal of the official. A receiver on each side. They'll go up the middle. Jason Sedlacek breaks the first tackle, trucks it forward. He's going to fall forward after dragging some defenders. Watertown thinks they've got the football. If not, it's a 6-yard pickup. Yankton says he was down. Watertown thinks it's their ball. The officials say down, so a 6-yard pickup, Jason Sedlacek. That could have really quick put this game a completely opposite direction after a punt blocked for a touchdown for Watertown. A turnover would have been just as big. Instead, we've got 2nd and 4. Boomsma crosses the field. Right back up the middle to Sedlacek. Somehow stays on his feet. Dives forward to the 22-yard line. He'll pick up 3 this time. 3rd and 1 on the way.
And Sedlacek is running really hard right now. The reason that they thought they got the ball from him is because they had 3 guys surrounded trying to pull that ball out from his arms.
And Sedlacek, and that's another thing. If you think maybe you don't want them thinking you're going to fumble, so you're going to run it even harder. Right up the middle, Sedlacek following his lead block has an easy first down. And now up to the 15-yard line. He moves it a pickup of 7 as now the legs of Jace Sedlacek have started churning off of carry number 6 for him. His second best carry of the night, what goes for 7 yards. Bucks moving quickly on offense as they always do up to their own 15. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the first half of action. Sedlacek will be put into motion. Empty backfield now. Bestie fires it too high for Boomsma.
And that was the only place that Bestie could put that ball. He had to go right over the top of 3 Watertown defenders, and it was just out of Booms's reach.
So 2nd and 10 here. Yankton has moved the ball well on this drive as well as their last. Their last was an immediate touchdown. This time they're having to work for it a little more, trying to get it back to a 2-score game are the Bucks. Eidsness is going to move behind Bestie. Over to the right side of the field he goes. Sedlacek gets his name called instead. A pickup of 2 yards. 3rd and 8 on the way.
Brought down by number 32, Tyson Miller.
After one play off, they went back to Sedlacek. He did a good job of grabbing 2 yards, but Watertown collapsed around him quickly.
Yankton with the football on their own 13-yard line. 3rd and 8. Tate Bestie will fire it again. Had a man open. That one tipped at the line. Kudos to Watertown's defense. If not, Boomsma might have been walking that one into the end zone. 4th down. Scott with the tipped ball on the line. I tell you what, Scott's a name we've been calling a lot here, TJ, on both offense and defense. A great player for Watertown. And Yankton with their 2nd field goal attempt here. You don't normally have 2 field goal attempts in the same half in Double-A. Here, Kevin Ortiz an opportunity. This one a lot closer. A 30-yard attempt. Ortiz boots it. It's up. It's through. Let's give the kicker some love and watch a replay as Kevin Ortiz puts it through for 3. 17-7 with 3:24 to play in the 2nd quarter. Again, the kick on our Yankton Winnelson replay. Giving love to a position that doesn't get love enough. Bucks lead this one. They're up 10 as we'll take a quick break and be back just in time for kickoff here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
My name is Len Peterson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. I think a big difference that Elkhorn Valley Bank offers customers is a quick turnaround in loan decision. We try to make a quick and accurate decision for our customers so they can get quick answers and run their businesses as smoothly as they can. A community banker builds a relationship, plain and simple. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
17-7 your score. What a great game here at Crane-Youngworth. TJ, we expected it. Watertown, Yankton, they don't really like each other too much, and you can tell it on the football field. Multiple times we've heard this crowd with an ooh, because you know it's a big hit. 3:24 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Bucks to kick off after their field goal. And Watertown probably feeling like they've got to get something on the board here. Watertown will receive the 2nd half kickoff. That's something to keep an eye on. Should they score here at the end of this quarter, would be in good position, but Yankton's defense has not made that easy on them. Liam Villanueva to kick it off here. From his own 40, boots it. He's got quite the leg. It does go out of bounds, though. And that's a penalty on Yankton. Watertown will start from their own 35. But TJ, Villanueva's got a heck of a leg. Now just got to keep it in that field of play, but frequently Watertown within their own 5-yard line making the catch on kickoff.
And had that one gone straight down the middle of the field again, that would have been beyond the 5-yard line.
So the chains are moving forward. They'll be placed again at the 35-yard line is where Watertown will take over on offense. Good starting field position for the defending champs, the Arrows. Yankton, though, on top tonight, 17-7. On the media prep pulls Yankton, the number 2 team. Watertown, 3 guys to the left, 1 to the right. Up across the middle, man wide open, it's caught! Up to the 30, a stiff arm, forward to the 17-yard line. A huge play. Cutler Swenson with it on the catch.
By number 16, Tegan LaCroix.
A 46-yard play. The connection from Marcus Pitkin to Cutler Swenson. By far the biggest offensive play of the night for Watertown. And TJ, now they're moving the ball and feel like they're right back in it.
Well, we were just about to say that Yank would really like to have a nice stop here so you can go into halftime feeling quite good. But here we are on the 20-yard line having to defend the goal line.
1st and 10 here. Pitkin will hand it off. Up the middle goes Scott. Hop step over to the right, falls forward. He's got a yard.
Brought down by number 5, Madden McQuaid, and number 85, Jacob Niven.
So Scott with a 1-yard pickup. But I tell you what, TJ, Scott, as the leading running back of this Arrows team, has 8 yards on 6 carries now. Watertown taking their time, and I'm sure they don't want to leave any time for this Yankton's explosive offense. 3 receivers set up to the left. Dropping back is Pitkin. Pitkin is going to roll out as now he fires it across his body, falls incomplete. 3rd and 9 on the way. Thought we were maybe going to get a hold.
Most of the crowd thought that too. You heard a different kind of groan after that play.
Either way, Yankton happy with the end result. An incomplete pass. 3rd and 9. When you get to the red zone, 3rd and long is not an easy situation. Crowd is getting loud here at Crane-Youngworth. A big 3rd down opportunity for this Bucks defense. Pitkin to his left side is Lincoln Scott. Takes a snap, lofts it up deep. Swenson doesn't pull it down, but there is a flag on the play. And more likely than not, you've got to assume it's pass interference on Yankton. No signal yet. Still shows 3rd and 9. And it looks like, are they? No signal yet, TJ. Now they're going to move it forward. Penalties for sure on Yankton. They'll move the ball up to the 9-yard line, about half the distance to the goal. A 10-yard penalty is what that's going to go down as. As Carter Boomsma, the pass interference, 1st and goal now here for Watertown.
And it's the 1st and goal part that's so hard, because now they just got a whole new set of downs, 2 minutes to play with, and it's only 9 yards to the end zone.
TJ, are you thinking Muth maybe calling some timeouts here to save the clock for his offense?
I wouldn't be too surprised. He likes to do that.
The handoff, Scott right up the middle. Had some room, but that closed quickly. He got up to about the 4-yard line before driven backwards. But a 5-yard pickup for Lincoln Scott. That's the most yards he's had on a carry. Since his first carry, he got 6 yards. And I'm wondering if it's a clock malfunction, as it shows 2:02 on the clock. That's what it was at before the play started. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line.
And Coach Muth is wildly waving his arms, asking them to start the clock, start the clock.
Odd situation here. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. I think the officials might be keeping track. We had this last year where we had clock malfunctions at Crane. We'll see if we have it here as well, where the official has to keep track. Does not make our job easy trying to run our scoreboard. We'll see what's going on here, though. We do have a stoppage of play. And now the officials talking things over, trying to figure everything out. Coming up, we've got a Verche Yankton halftime show and our highlighted player of the week. Chatted with another team captain of the Bucks before this game. You want to stay tuned for that. Hear his thoughts, and, well, coming off a great game for this individual player. You'll have to stick around again during the Verche Yankton halftime show to figure out who that player is. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Clock still at 2:02. Watertown takes the snap. Fake the handoff to Scott. Rolling here across his body. Wide open. Touchdown, Watertown. Catch made there by number 11. That's Hunter Peterson.
Pickens' pass to Peterson is complete. Touchdown, Arrows.
A 4-yard touchdown pass. A nice throw there by Marcus Pitkin. Across his body, off his back foot. Just an awkward throw, but certainly not an awkward result for Watertown. 17-13 now your score here. And they haven't updated that score on the scoreboard. I imagine the scoreboard is just not working properly. We'll try to keep you as close as we are here on how much time is left. The extra point is up, and it is good. 17-14, your new score on the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. We'll be back for the remainder of the first half. Yankton's football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
And returning back to the field again, not quite so confident on how much time is left here as the scoreboard is malfunctioning here on the field. And TJ, we were just kind of saying, maybe not the best time to have it, as end of second quarter, Yankton's offense, if they want to score, it's going to have to move quickly. We don't really know how quickly, though.
That is really difficult when you don't know how much time you have. Even though Yankton is a hurry-up offense, they typically go with no huddle. They're used to it, but you want to see that score. You're used to looking up at that play clock.
So we'll finish out the first half with no scoreboard adjustments. 17-14, Yankton leads this one. But Watertown not making things easy. We might be in for a game that comes down to the final play. Watertown to kick things off here, back to receive. Owen Eidsness and Tegan LaCroix for the Bucks. That one, it'll go to the side of Tegan LaCroix, bouncing at the 26-yard line. He just falls on it. Again, a short kick. This one favoring Watertown, though, as he didn't want to risk fumbling it and giving the Arrows the ball right back.
And that was nearly fielded by the upback again. But he decided to let LaCroix take that and cover it up.
So closing in on the end of this first half here, the Bucks will start with the football on their own 27-yard line. Fresh set of downs here for the Bucks as they look to extend their lead here. Bestie takes a snap, fires immediately over to the far side. Boomsma gets around the first guy at the 30, stops on a dime. Shifty and still on his feet towards the first down. Carter Boomsma somehow got 9 yards out of that play. He should have had 1.
That was a great job by Boomsma to just keep his feet square and balanced, and he just kept moving forward.
He just kept stopping right on a dime. 2nd and inches here. Yankton moving quickly. O'Brien in motion. And now a pump fake his way. Firing it deep. Here's Bestie. Intercepted, though. Watertown the interception at their own 35-yard line.
Bestie's pass is intercepted by number 37.
Watertown not fooled at all by that pump fake into the flat. Went over the top. Just a little too far, and Watertown drifted across and was able to intercept that ball.
So now Watertown with the football again. We do not have a time on the scoreboard, so we don't know if Watertown has a lot of time or almost no time. 25 seconds we're just now being told. 25 seconds to go here in the first half of football. 36-yard line is where the Arrows will take over. If they are able to get into field goal range, a field goal ties this up into the half. 1st and 10 here. Watertown dropping back to pass is Pitkin. Trying to avoid the pressure. Amaro not making that easy. Amaro stays on him. Ball's loose into the hands of the Bucks. And now the other way. Return for a touchdown. As the official hit the ground, was the play ruled dead?
They're calling an incomplete pass, but it sure looked like quarterback fumbled the ball when he hit the referee. Referee got in the way as his arm started to come.
So we'll see. Is this going to just be an incomplete pass? Yankton had a touchdown. And, well, depending on the official calling here, of course, wanting to make sure the official's okay as he got knocked down. I'm not really sure what to think, TJ. I mean, it certainly looked like a fumble from our end, but are they going to say there was forward motion with the hand? They're going to march the football back up, an incomplete pass.
Pass is ruled incomplete. 2nd down.
And as you can imagine, well, the Yankton crowd is not happy with that call, as Yankton had a fumble recovered for a touchdown, stripped away, and turned into, I should say, an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 here now, Watertown. They've got the strong I formation, and TJ, I bet I could tell you what play they're going to run here after that one. Taking the snap, they'll give it right back to Scott. Scott up the middle, puts his shoulder down up towards the 42, 43-yard line. He'll pick up 7, and I have a feeling that's probably the last play of the first half we're going to see.
Fans, make some noise. It's a 3rd down for your Bucks. Less than 1 minute.
They just said less than 1 minute, and I could have swore on the field they had said 25 seconds. You know, it's just really confusing here. 3rd and 4 on the way here. Watertown with the football. Again, they want to run it up the middle. Scott has it. He'll near the 44-yard line. He'll pick up a yard, 4th down.
Down at the 43-yard line. Down by number 84. Down by number 64, Grace Gaskin.
And I believe a timeout called by head coach Brady Muth of the Bucks. As it's 4th down, he wants to give his team an opportunity. It's another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Well, we now know for sure there's under 1 minute to play here, TJ.
And Yankton probably looking to make a play off of this punt. And now we've just announced that there's 20 seconds left in the half.
That was an awfully long 5 seconds, I feel like. So 4th and about 2.5, 3 yards here to go here for Watertown. The punting team is out. Barring a big return here from Eidsness, you've got to wonder if there's any opportunity for Yankton to score to close out the half or not. Eidsness definitely a capable player of a big return. As that one again high up, but not going to go very far. It'll bounce at the Yankton's 44, but it's going to roll into Arrows territory. You just gave the Bucks an opportunity here. There's not much time, but they've got 2 timeouts yet. And now they only need to go about 42 yards to the end zone. Even 20 yards gets you at least a chance at a field goal.
11 seconds left.
11 seconds left in the half.
So not much time, but again, they don't need that many yards. Tate Bestie will take the snap. He's going to roll on the near side. A short pass dumped off Edley Amaro Jr., his first catch of the year. Falls up to the 31-yard line. 1st down, Yankton. A 14-yard catch. I didn't think I'd ever say it here, TJ. Edley Amaro Jr. on the catch, and he's got 14 yards.
And he made a great run after the catch on that ball.
Certainly an athlete. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Not a high schooler I would ever offer to line up against if I had to try blocking him. An absolute game wrecker on the defensive side. And now a pass catcher. We've got 5 seconds to play in the first half. Ball is at the 30-yard line. Now decision time. You've got to think a 47-yard field goal is too much for the leg of either Villanueva or Ortiz. One play, throw it up, and I think you got to go Abe O'Brien here if you're the Bucks. We'll see the arm that Tate Bestie's got. That or we're going to see quite the long field goal attempt. Bucks still talking it over. One play can make a huge difference. Or do you dare try to get a quick few yards just to bring it a little bit closer? 2 timeouts for Yankton, but not much time to work with.
And we're going to line up for a field goal.
They are going to attempt a 47-yarder here. Liam Villanueva on the field here. This might be the longest field goal attempt I've seen at the high school level. Ball is snapped, low snap, but good hold. Villanueva, he's got the leg on it. Is it through? No, it's just off to the left. We nearly had a 47-yard field goal here at Crane-Youngworth. Instead, that one just off to the left, pushed it We enter halftime 17-14. Yankton on top as we enter our Vichet Yankton halftime show. But again, just inches away from seeing a 47-yarder. We've got a highlighted player of the week. We've got halftime Beyond the Game coming up all here on Classic. It's 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. You're going to want to keep it here. We'll be back in just a moment. Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's bedroom groups by Laguna and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
Welcome to the Vichet Yankton Halftime Show. Vichet Yankton, building the DNA of tech. All the stats, game trends, and everything Yankton Bucks football now.
Hello and welcome to the Vichay Yankton halftime show. I'm Zac Spear alongside TJ Stotz on color commentary and Eve Hawley helping out with camera and running the stream. Vichay Yankton, define the world's future. Vichay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vichay, building the DNA of tech. Again, the Yankton Bucks on top, 17-14 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. It's been a back-and-forth game, lots of big plays. We did see a pick six. We saw a punt blocked for a touchdown. It's not been your typical long offensive drives capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run up the middle. Really haven't seen any of that. TJ, right now on the field, what have you seen from each side, and what do you expect the adjustments at the half to be? Because games, as Muth said in our pregame interview, games can be won with adjustments.
You know, we talked about physicality going into this game, and you've seen a lot of physicality going back and forth between these teams, which is what we expected. But we've also seen a lot of athleticism. We've seen running plays. They're shifting up their look. They're taking it different directions. And so we've already seen adjustments being made in that first half. In the second half, I think it's going to be adjustments that have to do with make sure that we're being smart. We don't need illegal formations. And we just need to be executing on what we've practiced all week long.
And penalty yards, I always like to call them their freebie or gimme yards that you're just essentially giving the other team. And so, of course, as you mentioned, like to see that limited as Yankton right now with 6 penalties for 36 yards. We'll get into our stats here as well. Starting with the Watertown Arrows running the ball, Lincoln Scott, 9 carries, 20 yards. Marcus Pitkin with 4 carries, 1 yard. Tyson Miller, 2 carries for 16 yards, and Max Sears, 1 carry for 4 yards. Marcus Pitkin through the air, 4 of 10, 83 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And catching the football, Cutler Swenson, 1 catch for 46 yards. Hunter Peterson, 2 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown. And Lincoln Scott, 1 catch, 17 yards. And the difference here is only 20 penalty yards for the Watertown Arrows off of 3 penalties. Again, 2 blocked punts, 1 return for a touchdown for Watertown Arrows special teams as well. That's going to be awfully tricky here. If you're the Bucks, you got to make sure special teams are firing. Your stats for your home team, the Yankton Bucks, Jason Lachek, 7 carries, and he's got 30 yards. He's now over that 4 yards per carry mark, and that's where you'd like to see him at least here, as last game he was just over 3 yards a carry. Now over 4 yards. Feel a lot better about that. Tate Bestie in this one, 5 carries, 16 yards. And then Carter Boomsma, 1 carry, 1 yard. Tate Bestie through the air, 10 of 18, 152 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I tell you what, that interception was a heck of a defensive effort there by the Watertown Arrows. And then catching the football for the Bucks, Owen Eidsness off to a great start. 4 catches, 89 yards and a touchdown. 1 more yard than he had all last week. 1 less touchdown, though. We'll see how he comes out in the second half. Last week had a huge second half. Jason Lachek has 2 catches, 23 yards. Carter Boomsma, 3 catches, 26 yards. And Edley Amaro, 1 reception, 14 yards. But again, 6 penalties on the Bucks right now for 36 yards. Now, one of those was a 1-yard penalty, and it was an encroachment on the extra point. You don't worry about that one too much. But other than that, Yankton is going to look to clean it up here as they're pacing for 12 penalties. Still better than what they had last week. Last week, around that 14 to 15 penalty mark, but they cleaned it up greatly. I did get a chance to talk with one of the team captains here, and that captain was Owen Eidsness. Again, had a huge game last week. Let's listen to that chat now. On the Vichay Yankton halftime show, our highlighted player of the week. Now chatting with Owen Eidsness. Owen, first game of the season is officially in the books. How's it feel to start with a win?
Oh, no, it feels great. Just starting fall camp and all that work in, and finally getting the W out of it, so it just feels great. And on to Watertown. Got to put that week behind us.
And, well, speaking of last week, though, real quick, you did enter halftime tied with Huron after a pick 6 favoring the Tigers. As a captain on the team, what did you do to keep your teammates' heads up and ready for that second half?
Yeah, so in the locker room, it was kind of quiet. We were expected just by the numbers to come out and kind of beat those guys, and obviously that wasn't the case, but I knew what our team was capable of, and we all just said, captain's locker room, it's 0-0 right now. We're perfectly fine. We know what we're capable of, and let's go out there and show it the second half.
In the game, you had over 80 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Do you have one specific play that really stood out to you?
It was actually in the third quarter, I think. I ran like a 6-yard curl, and my quarterback pump faked, and then I went deep. And that was just a route that we've practiced every day, basically. So it was great to finally see in game and all the preparation we've done for it to pay off.
Coming up, you take on the reigning champs, the Watertown Arrows. What are you hoping to see in this upcoming matchup?
Oh, we're not underestimating them at all. We know what they're capable of. Obviously, they didn't play a great game last week against a great AAA team in Jefferson, but we're obviously going to go into the game expecting to win, and we know it's going to be a dogfight, and we know we don't like Watertown, and Watertown doesn't like us. So.
And then have you set any goals for either yourself or the team this year?
I feel like every team should have the goal of obviously getting to the Dome and winning it, so I'd say that's probably our goal, but obviously we'll start short and say we want to host a playoff game and then build off of that.
And final question, do you have any kind of pregame rituals that you do before every game?
Not really. I kind of just stretch and listen to some Christian music and just get locked in with my guys and my team.
Well, Owen, thanks for the chat. I really appreciate it. Go Bucks.
Yes, sir. Go Bucks.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
And back on our Vacher Yankton halftime show. Again, the Bucks leading this one 17-14, just a few minutes away from the first kickoff of the second half. Arrows only trail 3, and they get the second half kickoff. This is anyone's game right now, and a good one here at Crane-Youngworth in Yankton. It's time for your Halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. Of course, we got football tonight. That's about it for the Yankton High School, though, for tonight and this late. But into the weekend, Saturday tomorrow, they've got ACT testing, and that is doors opening at 7:30 for registration, and that will start and go from 8 o'clock in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. I'm sure a lot of kids thrilled to be getting in for those ACTs. And then on Sunday, don't normally see a whole lot, but we do have junior football games 1 to 5:30 p.m. That'll be at the high school and SAC football and soccer practice field east. Then to start the week, plenty of action going on. A golf boys JV invitational, volleyball middle school girls 7th match, ABCD matches against Brandon Valley at Brandon Valley. JV football game, and then more volleyball, girls 9A match, girls JV match, girls sophomore match, 9B and varsity match, and a Yankton School District School Board meeting. That's from 5 to 7 at the Admin Boardroom, room 131. And then the High School Athletic Booster Club meeting from 8 to 9. That'll be after the Gazelle volleyball game at the Yankton High School SAC Library, 129. After that, more golf, football, tennis, You name it, all activities and sports going on basically on Tuesday. Soccer as well. And girls varsity match for volleyball. It'll be at 6:30 against Sioux Falls Roosevelt, but it'll be at home at Yankton High School. And then soccer girls varsity game against Brandon Valley at 7 at right here, Crane-Youngworth Field. And then boys with a JV game. Into Wednesday, an FFA varsity event that's against Beersford at the Beersford High School. And that is your halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Bucks leading at half, 17-14 your score. On our Vichy Yankton halftime show as we wrap this up, Bucks will be raring to get back out on the field. Again, a 2-0 start on the line for them, but for Watertown, you come in as the defending state champs, and if you lose this game, TJ, you're going to start the season 0-2. They did lose a lot of talent, and really, it does hit the morale if you start out 0-2. I expect them to come out guns a-blazing.
I would expect them to come out guns blazing too. You're right. They really need this win to maintain their excitement about the season. It's Watertown. If they were to start the season 0-2, they're gonna bounce back. They're gonna have a decent season in the end. But from a Yankton standpoint, we would really like to open 2-0.
And for the Bucks, 2-0, that's, as you said, they'd really like to start that well. Watertown's not making that easy right now here, but it is a 3-point game, and that 3 points right now is favoring Yankton as they lead this one 17-14. But Watertown will get the second half kickoff here as Watertown, the Arrows back onto the field now here. The Bucks to kick things away. Football action nearly going again here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube where you can watch and listen live. Ball is at the 40-yard line. Official talking quite a bit with Villanueva. Got to wonder how much you could possibly talk about on an opening kickoff here, TJ.
I think they were just waiting for the other referees to get set up.
That would make a lot more sense. Two return men way back here for the Watertown Arrows. Villanueva, we know he's got a leg. Whistles have blown. The second half of Yankton Bucks football has officially started. Villanueva runs up. He'll put his foot on it, high up in the air, and it's a deep one caught at the 5-yard line. And Watertown unable to stay in bounds. They'll step out around the 7-yard line. You could not have asked for a better kick from Villanueva. And Yankton's defense is, they might owe him something after this. Put in such a great position. 1st and 10, Watertown starting from their own 7 or 8-yard line. Not the starting field position you want if you're Watertown. Two seconds off the clock puts us at 11:58 to go here in the third quarter. Watertown with the football to start here. They'll start off with a handoff up the middle. Scott gets his name called yet again, picks up 3. Up the middle he goes. 2nd and 7.
And Watertown right out of the gates, just running straight up the middle, going to bring that physicality right at us.
And one thing you got to start thinking about, too, is when you start from your own 7-yard line, you got to worry, if you drop back to pass, if your quarterback takes an extra step or two back, it could be dangerous as this one lofted right above the defender. Plenty of room to run. Watertown, a huge play across the middle. Scott has it up to the 41-yard line. A huge pickup for Watertown, 46-yard line, excuse me. A pickup of 35 through the air off of the short screen play, and that got Watertown from a not-so-great position to a great position in one play. First and 10 here, a minute into the third quarter. And Watertown moving the football well. They'll look back to give it right back to Scott. Scott breaks the first tackle, drives forward, charges up to the Yankton Bucks 40-yard line and picks up 13 yards.
Well, so far, Yankton not showing the physicality we would have expected. We would have expected them to try to pin Watertown deep. It's not happening. In fact, we're getting run over at the moment.
Lincoln Scott with back-to-back-to-back plays with his name, and for good reason, too. Picked up 13 on that one, 35 on the play before that. On this drive alone in 3 plays, he's got over 50 yards of offense. Watertown now on the Bucks' 45-yard line. Again, up the middle they go. This time another runner, and a pickup of 3 there for the Arrows, and on the carry, Tyson Miller.
Starting to feel like what Sedlacek did last half with 3 strong runs in a row. Just run it until they stop you.
And we'll see the clock just continue to tick. We didn't see a ton of long drives there in the first half. Watertown, they've moved the ball quickly, but have been tackled inbounds on each play, and it has led us to only 9:45 to play in the third quarter already. Now a quarterback attempted run brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Edley Amaro's got a big play for the Bucks defense.
By number 11, Edley Amaro.
3rd and 9, a loss of 2 for Marcus Pitkin. Marcus Pitkin in 5 rushing attempts, 3 of them have went for negative yardage. Watertown at the Bucks 39-yard line. They need to get up to the Bucks 30 for a first down. This Bucks defense an opportunity for a big stop here after the Arrows offense looked unstoppable for a few plays. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Marcus Pitkin out of the shotgun. Puts Hunter Peterson into motion. Looks that direction. Fires it deep. That one picked off Yankton. No! Into the ground it goes. That one certainly, TJ, looked like it was picked off.
From this angle, we thought he had it, but he must have just hit the ground too hard and left it there.
Gotta wonder if on the far side of his body, it looked like he brought it down, just lost it. Either way, a stop on 3rd down here for this Bucks defense. And Watertown now facing 4th and 9 yards to go. Again, they're in no man's land, but you think 9 yards, probably too much to go for it. It does appear, though, Watertown wants to go for it. We have seen it before where the quarterback quick just squib punts it out of there. We'll see what Watertown does. They're going to go for it. Pitkin with some time. Fires in the middle. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Yankton football.
Number 16, Keegan LaCroix on the coverage. Bucks take over on down.
And with how their last punt turned out at the end of that last half, you don't blame them too much for just going for the attempt and taking the field position as it is.
And as you mentioned, their last punt went for 2 yards as it did not take a good bounce for the Arrows. And, well, now 0 yards essentially is what this punt would have been. Yankton starts from their own 39-yard line. Good starting field position. Right up the middle they go. Sedlacek with some room to run. Puts a shoulder down up to the 44 he goes. A pickup of 5. And Sedlacek has not been able to get one of those big runs, but just consistently getting 4 or 5 per carry. It puts your offense in a great position as Yankton moves quickly. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Standing just behind the line of scrimmage off to the right side, Amaro Jr. Sedlacek alongside Bestie. Bestie wants to throw this one, has some pressure, steps up in the pocket, caught and knocked out. Hazelhorst had it in his hands. Great defensive effort there, though, by the Arrows and Gage Robeson. Hazelhorst in and out of his hands would have been a big play for Yankton. Instead, 3rd down and 4. Now you're glad you picked up those 5-6 yards on that first down. 3rd and a short 5 coming up here. Tate Bestie again working from the shotgun. Drops back to pass it. Loads up. Launches it deep. Eidsness catches it! Eidsness up to the 28-yard line! Owen Eidsness was held. There's a penalty on the play, but it was Eidsness who got held anyways. Still pulls it in.
That was excellent concentration by Eidsness. When you're being held all the way down the field and you can still manage to break away and get to that ball, that's an excellent play.
And I tell you, that might be the best holding that a defender can ever get, because had he not held, Eidsness was going all the way to the house. 1st and 10, Yankton football. They are moving the ball well. Up to the 29-yard line after a 27-yard completion to Eidsness. Back up the middle, Sedlacek. Now he's got some room to run across the 20, up to the 15. A big pickup and tackled at the 9-yard line. A pickup of 20 yards for Jace Sedlacek. 1st and goal, Yankton.
You feel like Sedlacek's been waiting for that right there, where he's been able to bounce off of his lineman, just get around the end and pick up a few extra yards.
And that's just patience right there as it's 1st and goal here for the Bucks. Again, up the middle they go, Sedlacek, but flags will fly before they even get an opportunity.
Dead ball. False start.
False start on Yankton. It's our first penalty to be accepted in the second half. We saw a flag earlier, again, that hold on Eidsness, which didn't end up mattering anyways. But this one, penalty number 7 for Yankton. 1st and goal now, back to the 15-yard line they move. Bestie takes a snap, rolls out to the far side, looking to throw it. He's got a man. Caught. Owen Eidsness again up to the 4-yard line.
Brought down to the 4-yard line.
Owen Eidsness right now over 100 yards and a touchdown in the game. He's making his mark. 2nd and goal from the 4.
2nd and goal, Bucks.
He's come out in this second half yet again looking great. 2nd and goal. And, well, flag will fly before the snap again, TJ. Now, this is reminding me of last week.
Watertown, half distance goal.
This one on Watertown. Offsides, a 2-yard penalty that'll end up being as half the distance to the goal. Now you've got 2nd and goal from the 2. At this point, you feel like you don't have to get too pretty with it on offense. You feel like you can at least get 2 yards in 2 or 3 maybe even attempts. 7.5 to play in the third. Yankton leads 17-14. Bestie fires immediately. Abel Bryant catches it. Touchdown!
Pass to 17. LeCroy's complete.
The Yankton Bucks back on top by 2 scores. I know they said Tegan LaCroix here on the field. 17, though, is Abe O'Brien. He gets his first catch of the game. And what a better way to bring in your first catch than in the end zone. 23-14, your new score here. Yankton leads it by 9. Ortiz back onto the field for the extra point. Puts it up. It's good. 24-14, Yankton leads on the Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard. A 2-yard touchdown from Tate Bestie to Abe O'Brien that was set up after 2 big catches by Owen Eidsness. Yankton Bucks football presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. It's live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
7:23 to go in the third quarter. Yankton finds themselves up double digits, 24-14 on top of the Watertown Arrows. And really just an impressive drive there by that Bucks offense after their defense got a big stop, a 4th down conversion. And TJ, feels like that 4th down stop really fueled the energy for Yankton on that drive.
It sure did. Yankton came out firing strong, and that was led a lot by the accuracy of Tate Bestie. A couple of those passes were just dead on their mark, and that's what allowed them to march the way that they did.
And on the season so far, Tate Bestie with 5 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions out of a high school quarterback. That's pretty dang good. Threw for 248 yards last week, and he's pacing for more than that this week. We'll see what he ends up with. As Villanueva back to the 5-yard line, the Arrows will make the catch. Now to the 20-yard line. A hard tackle, but up to the 21 is where Watertown will start with their second possession, of the third quarter.
First and 10, Aaron.
First and 10, Watertown here. And must have definitely squeaked up there. I thought he was tackled at the 21. They've got him all the way up to about the 23-yard line. That's where the Arrows will truly start their drive. As a stacked set to the left here for the Arrows. A quick dump off pass to Skull. Skull reads his block well across the 30, stiff arms. He's brought out of bounds about the 32-yard line. We do have a flag on the play.
I think this is going to be a holding call and bring this play back.
And it does appear both sides already know what that call is going to be. And as you said, a hold for 10 yards against Watertown. That's only their 5th penalty in the game. Kessler Swenson will get tagged with a penalty. And again, these first down long penalties can really derail a drive here. And Watertown needs a good one after Yankton took a 10-point lead on their last drive. Ball spotted here at about the 13-yard line. Watertown with a 1st and 20 situation here. Marcus Pitkin in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Up the middle goes Skull. Sculpt, excuse me. Picks up about 4, makes it a 2nd and 16-ish, 17. A few yards, though, and for Yankton, doesn't feel like it hurts too much. As Watertown on offense, working well within their own territory. Dropping back is Pitkin. Pitkin hits his man in stride, caught about the 26-yard line. A nice pickup. About 9 yards.
Number 7, Cutler Swenson is complete.
Cutler Swenson on the catch, as Marcus Pitkin had back-to-back incompletions before that throw. 3rd and medium here, about 3rd and 7 for Watertown. Under 6 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Bucks lead at 24-14. A big opportunity for this Bucks defense. Another screen, this time caught, but sniffed out by the defense. Goes nowhere.
And just nobody on the Bucks line was fooled by that one. They weren't going to let that one go a second time.
And I was just going to say, that was one they got burned on pretty bad earlier. This time they learned their lesson, force a 4th down situation where Watertown needs to punt it. Bucks are going to get the football right back here. Owen Eidson is set to return. And we are glad to have our scoreboard back here running and fully operational. As the whistle blows, flag, I think, flied, and we do have a false start on Watertown. And after a drive like that, that one just feels a little demoralizing there for the Arrows.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 23-yard line.
Arrows now all the way back to their own 23. The punt here, a much more successful attempt this time, but still in Watertown territory, goes out at the Arrows 45. Bucks with less than half the field to go here on this drive. You know, TJ, it felt like that one definitely went a lot further, but still, Bucks with 45 yards between them and the end zone.
It's great setup here, and with just 5 minutes left here in this 3rd quarter, you can definitely feel that if the Bucks get a great drive in, there's a certain momentum shift that takes place where it's hard to come back from that.
And Yankton, the thing is, though, a quick moving offense. You feel like when they score, it's about 30 seconds into the drive. We'll see how they run it here. Flag flies before the ball is snapped yet again. And this will be a false start on Yankton. They've only got 2 penalties in the 3rd quarter to Watertown's 3. 3rd quarter has not quite moved at the same pace, though, as the first 2 we saw. So 1st and 15 start now. They've got truly half the field to go. Sidlacek gets it, reads his block well, follows him closely behind to Watertown's 45, a 5-yard pickup. One thing I'll tell you right now, TJ, in the first half, Sidlacek with 7 carries, 30 yards. Now, 3 carries in the second half, 30 yards.
And he's getting some great blocking. He had a wonderful lead block there that he followed right up the middle.
Bestie in the middle, sits in the pocket. Some contact, but the pass falls incomplete. And that one definitely felt like the contact was right around when the ball passed the receiver. You heard kind of a groan from the Yankton sideline. I don't dislike the no call. 3rd and 10 on the way. Of course, though, when you play in Yankton, when a call doesn't go Yankton's way, you might hear a little about it. Bestie out of the shotgun. Got one receiver to the right, two to the left. Drops back, fires it to the right side. Owen Eidsness goes up, makes the catch. First down, Yankton.
Once again, Eidsness takes his time, gets himself set up. He's able to leap,
That might be
find the ball, and bring it back down.
That might be the most impressive 12-yard pickup we're going to see on the night. First down, Yankton. Owen Eidsness is pacing for a 200-yard game. A last-minute shift, I should say, on the offensive front here for Yankton. Eidsness to the right, Abel Bryan to the left. A heavy line in Sedlacek on the option here. Bestie fakes the pitch back to Sedlacek, stays on his feet up to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards and a great first down play there for this Yankton offense.
Bestie fought his way through 2 or 3 different hits to pick up that yardage.
An impressive play, and that's, Bestie, just quite the athlete. Now a quick pass over to the left side. Abel Bryan makes his man miss. Gets up towards the 10-yard line before he's brought down. A big pickup of 17 yards. Abel Bryan made it look easy. During that play, I was adding up the totals. Owen Eidsness, 144 yards here so far with over a quarter to play in the game. 2:55 in the third quarter. Bucks lead 24-14. First and goal from the 9-yard line, looking to score it again. Empty backfield here for Tate Bestie. Looks to the right side, fires it immediately. Pass falls incomplete to Boomsma. That is now the 25th pass attempt for Tate Bestie. And that's, you don't see in high school frequently, but Muth is not afraid to let his quarterbacks throw. Right now, Bestie has thrown 25 pass attempts, and then on the flip side, Marcus Pitkin, 15 pass attempts. Second and goal, and that's still from the 9. Eidsness will travel left to right. A quick pass over to Sedlacek. Sedlacek goes out of bounds, picks up a couple on the catch. The 7-yard line, a 2-yard pickup. That is Jay Sedlacek's 3rd catch of the game. He's now up to 25 yards and also 60 yards on the ground. Feels like definitely an improved game for Jay Sedlacek from week 1 to week 2. 3rd and goal here from the 7. Bestie rolls out to the near side, fires it up, going up, pulling it in. Cale Hazelhorst, touchdown, Yankton! Cale Hazelhorst, his first catch of the night. That's 2 players, their first catch of the night, a touchdown, and Hazelhorst had to go up quite the way to get that one. Pulls it in, puts Yankton up big time, 30-14, Bucks on top. Again, you got to watch on Yankton streaming the Yankton-Winnelson replay. Ortiz here now for the extra point, puts it up and through. Bucks lead 31-14. It seems like a now or never drive for the Watertown Arrows when we return kickoff on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
back to the field. What a play there by Cale Hazelhorst, just going up and getting it. Talk about a highlight reel play there. That'll certainly be on our highlights when we get those put out early next week. Brought to you by Larson Carpet of Yankton. And there's not much more fun than getting to watch the highlights of the Bucks. So if you haven't yet, we have a highlight video from Huron. We played it during our pregame. It's also on Yankton streaming, and we posted it on our Classic Hits 106.3 Facebook. Just an incredible play there as Hazelhorst puts his team on top, 17. Now the Arrows to return the kickoff. Villanueva looking to put them back deep yet again, and the strong leg puts it caught at the 6-yard line. Arrows looking for a good return, and Sears lost the football. Yankton thinks they have it. Yankton football, a turnover, and this just feels like everything is going Yankton's way.
And it definitely does feel like Yankton is just taking control of this game at this point. Watertown is going to have a real fight on their hands to try to come back after that.
Just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Yankton's up 17. They've now got the ball on the Arrows' 25-yard line. Tate Bestie with Sedlacek to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, has some time, launches it deep, wants Boomsma. He's got him! Touchdown, Carter Boomsma! One play, 30 yards. Carter Boomsma, touchdown for Yankton.
And you just mentioned the highlight reel. This is going to be quite the highlight reel tomorrow. This receiving corps is just putting on a show at this point.
And Yankton, maybe sometimes known for their big guys up front, out muscling teams. Right now, as you just said it perfectly, the skill positions taking over 37-14. Ortiz to make it 38-14. Kick is up. Kick is good. And immediately the Bucks strike and put themselves up 24. We'll take another break, and again, another kickoff coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
For whatever plumbing needs that come your way, trust your local guys at Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton. Leaky faucets, boilers, or anything in between. Rest assured it'll get done the right way. Looking for new plumbing? You got it. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating takes care of residential and commercial, from houses to hospitals to banks. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton takes away the stress and provides great results. Locally owned and operated, and proud to support Yankton Athletics.
Back on the field, the Yankton Bucks have absolutely taken over this game, 38-14. We went into half, TJ. It was a 3-point game. Now, all of a sudden, Bucks up 24.
That's a strong quarter, and it sends a strong message that the Bucks really wanted to take control of this game, and they've done exactly that.
And as you mentioned, as that one booted, it'll be caught around the 11-yard line for the Arrows. Again, needing some kind of big plays. They're tripped up at the 26, 27-yard line. But just that, an impressive quarter. We're not even through with the third quarter, and Yankton, they are just looking unstoppable right now. It's kind of what we saw last week as well against Huron. It was tied up, and then the Bucks defense after that gave up 3 points only. And the offense of the Bucks then put up 20 points in the second half last week. And right now, Watertown is just looking for any kind of answer, and right now they do not have it. 1st and 10 here for the Arrows from their own 27-yard line. Marcus Pitkin on the option, flips it right back in the middle. Peterson drives it up to the 30. He'll pick up a few. Hunter Peterson, his first carry of the night. And you wonder if the Arrows are just wondering, trying to get something to go here. A 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7, 80 seconds to play here in the quarter. And the Arrows not out of this game, but they have got to play it pretty much perfectly from here on out. 13 minutes and 5 seconds total left in the game as some backfield movement before the snap. Completely stuffed at the line of scrimmage are the Arrows and tackled at the 30.
Hunter Peterson on the carry. Brought down by number 21.
Peterson, nothing going there. 3rd and long coming up. And right now on the field, we do have a Yankton buck down. We'll take a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, and we'll be back with the remainder of the 3rd quarter in just a bit.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Back on the field, a big 3rd down here for the Arrows. It was Edley Amaro Jr. down. Looked like he was just cramping off. As that one lofted deep, caught at the 50, wide open. No one else around him. Caught. Drake taking it all the way. Kessler Swenson. A 70-yard touchdown pass for Watertown. I said they weren't out of it yet. And, well, TJ, that right there just put him right back in it.
And that's exactly what they needed. They needed something big to get excited about. That certainly was big. I think we just lost track of him. As he came across the middle of the field, he was wide open. 70 yards later, it's a touchdown.
And certainly was a blown coverage there by the Bucs defense. And now a personal foul as a roughing the passer will go against Madden McQuaid. And it's a 5-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff. If you're the Bucs, you're probably not too worried about that. You're more worried about the blown coverage and the 70-yard touchdown you just gave up. Carson Slott now in to kick the extra point, and TJ, well, how many scores have we seen in how many plays now?
Well, it's been coming fast and furious this quarter, and we'll see what the 4th quarter brings for us.
If it's anything like this, I think we're in for a fun 4th quarter play. 27 seconds, still in the 3rd quarter here. It's 38-20. Yankton still leading, and now a bad snap will force Watertown to go for 2. Not a chance. Brought down, a great defensive effort there by the Bucs.
Broken up by number 33.
Chase Platt gets it, and no extra point there for Watertown. Well, we're going to send it to break again until kickoff. We'll be back in just a moment, and it's Bucs football.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Yankton Bucs football is live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Big play after big play after big play. As you said, TJ, I can't wait to get a look at some of these highlights early next week, as there's going to be plenty. The Bucs have played well, but Watertown just crept right back into this one. You started feeling like Yankton took complete control of the game, and all of a sudden, a 70-yard connection there for the Arrows from Pitkin to Kessler Swenson. That was Swenson's first catch of the night. A 70-yard touchdown's not a bad way to get your name in the scoreboard. Now that ball moved up to Yankton's 45, and well, Yankton hasn't really had to return from too far deep on these kickoffs. We'll see how it comes into play here. This time dropping back, catching it at the 1-yard line here. Tegan LaCroix got a good block, ran right into the defender, falls forward to the 22. I know they said it was a 5-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff, but it was a 10-yard, or 15, excuse me, because it was roughing the passer. And that's why you saw it didn't look like he even had to put too much leg into it, and still Yankton catches it at the 1. They'll start from their own 21.5-yard line here, 1st and 10 Bucks. Tate Bestie takes a snap, a handoff up the middle. Jason Lachek falls forward to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. So Sedlacek now with more rushing yards in the second half than the first half. Third quarter's not quite over. And they're just going to let that run into the end of the third quarter. We've got 12 minutes of football left here. The Bucks hang on to an 18-point lead. They've got the football. When we return, 2nd and 6 from the Bucks' own 26-yard line on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
And back to the action here. 2nd and medium here. A handoff right back up the middle. Not much going on there. 3rd down coming up here for the Bucks. Sedlacek will pick up a few. 3rd and 4 coming up.
Once again, we've got a clock malfunction, so everyone's looking around trying to see what's happening.
All right, the clock has continued. We are thrilled to see that. And we did get an update. Huron defeated Pierre in other area action, 13-7. The Tigers have beat the Governors, and last year that would have felt like a crazy dream. But this year, this week, tonight, Huron defeated Pierre TF Riggs, and when announced over the loudspeaker here at the field, a big crowd reaction. 3rd and short coming up for Yankton. Bestie, quick, fires to Eidsness. Eidsness makes a great move across the 1st down line and gets a few extra. A 6-yard pickup.
Excellent misdirection play. Watertown was totally caught off balance there, and Eidsness makes a great move to pick up the 1st down.
Eidsness now with 150 receiving yards in the game with 11:24 to play yet. And, of course, it's not about the numbers and stats to these guys, but wouldn't it be great to watch Eidsness, a deserving player, cross that 200-yard mark receiving. 1st and 10 here for the Bucks. They're at their own 34-yard line. A nice long drive would go great. Eidsness into motion. Bobbled snap on the ground. Who can get to it first? A huge play at Crane-Youngworth, and this is going to determine who's got the football. Yankton able to hop back on it, and a sigh of relief for the Bucks. It'll go down as a sack there for Watertown rather than a recovered fumble. Your other score updates: Sturgis Brown on top of Douglas, 35-0. Huron defeated Pierre TF Riggs, 13-7. Spearfish and Rapid City Central in a great game, 6-6 apiece. And then T area currently defeating Aberdeen Central 25-0. Of course, here tonight, the Yankton Bucks up 38-20 over the Watertown Arrows. Second and long here for the Bucks. Bestie has Sedlacek behind him, puts Amaro into motion. Flag will fly. I think we've got a false start. We do. Now it's going to be second and forever, TJ.
And with this no-huddle offense, that's not something we see with the Bucks very often. They had to rush that play, and that's why we ended up with a false start.
Trace Gaskins gets called with the false start. Clock will keep ticking on the official signal there. Second and what's starting to look like 17 yards to go. We've certainly seen big plays from Yankton. They're going to need one or two here. Bestie out of the shotgun. Sedlacek to his left, more movement. As that time, Talon Kenny fell forward. Another 5-yard penalty going to go against Yankton. Second and 22. Excuse me, Madden McQuaid. I thought the number showed 9. It was 5 instead. So Madden McQuaid, the false start. Yankton now facing a second and 22. Now they certainly need a big play. Under 10 minutes to play in the game in total. 38-20, Yankton leads it. Dropping back, Bestie had some time. His throw put too much on it, falls incomplete. Third and forever coming up. That was the 30th pass attempt for Bestie, and not maybe the best looking throw, but at the same time was facing pressure, got the ball out, and an incompletion was not the worst thing to happen there. Third and 22 or 23 on the way. As just forever to go here for Yankton. They're just going to loft it up with Bestie. That one overthrew it, out of bounds, incomplete, fourth down. An obvious punting situation here for the Bucks. And if you're an NFL fan, a quick update as the Chargers and Chiefs in action tonight. Third quarter with 9 minutes left to play. Chargers lead 13-6 over the Chiefs. Chiefs with the football in the Chargers territory. Fourth and 22 or 23 here. And now a bobbled punt as the third blocked punt for Watertown, the second for a touchdown. 38-26 the score, and just like that, Watertown is right back into this one. TJ, it just feels like Yankton shooting themselves in the foot right now.
You know, and a high snap, that field position, you just can't have a high snap. You got to get that straight to your punter so he can get it off.
Now, a chance to make this only a 10-point game for Watertown. As Watertown, I believe, called a timeout. Want to talk things over to Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton Water Break. We'll take it with them. When we return, is it an extra point or a 2-point conversion? We'll find out.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Chance to make this a 10-point game. Watertown to go for 2 here. Rolling out here. Trying to find anybody open. A last-second throw. That pass deflected. A failed 2-point conversion. We stay at a 12-point difference. 38-26. The score remains with Yankton on top. As Cale Hazelhorst intercepted the 2-point conversion. Unfortunately for him, interceptions on 2-point conversions do not go in your stats. If he was able to return it 100 yards, he could have 2 more points for the Bucks. Either way, we stay at 38-26. And TJ, what would you like to see from the Bucks offense here after they feel like they just kind of got punched in the mouth?
Well, and I think they started out that last drive trying to take control and finish out this game, and that's what we'd like to see them do here. Get a good, solid marching drive that takes some time off the clock.
And, of course, it's a big game of ifs and buts. You hate to use them, but you look at this game, if Watertown's special teams are not pretty much dominating on the punts, this game doesn't feel that close. 2 touchdowns returned for the special teams off of blocked punts for Watertown. You take away 2 scores, and Yankton's on top big time. But, of course, you can't do that. And instead, we've got a 12-point game here. Watertown to kick off. Yankton needs a good offensive set here. And this one, I have a no-brainer on when I ask Muth, what would you have liked to see done better? Special teams is going to come out of his mouth. 9:29 to play in the game, a 12-point difference. Watertown kicks things off. Catching it at the 11-yard line there. Tegan LaCroix brings it to the far side of the field. Has some good blocking. Up to the 40 he goes. Gets around, sets the edge right back into the middle of the field. He's got one man to beat across the 20. A great block. Touchdown, Tegan LaCroix. Well, TJ, I guess it doesn't matter if you need a good offensive set if you're just going to bring it all the way in.
We're never going to turn that down.
This game has been absolutely ridiculous. Another instant replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. This game is insanity. 44-26 here. Yankton back on top by 18. Great job on the blocking, but that cut right back in towards the middle of the field across midfield for Tegan LaCroix is what set him up for a touchdown. Kevin Ortiz back onto the field. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good. 45-26, Yankton back on top by 19 here in the fourth quarter with just over 9 minutes to play. We'll take a quick break and be just back in a moment.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Back to the field. This might be one of the craziest games I've seen in some time. TJ, what do you make of this game?
Well, it's been a lot of fun to watch, that's for sure. There's been some really outstanding plays, and you've seen some fantastic things happen out on the field for the Bucks right now.
Kick return touchdown. Tegan LaCroix brought it all the way from the 11-yard line into the end zone. It just doesn't get any better than that. As kickoff here. Bucks set to kickoff again. I feel like a broken record saying kickoff time, but we've got 71 total points scored here. Villanueva, a high kick caught at the 9-yard line for the Arrows. They'll bring it out up to the 20. A flag flies immediately as the Arrows get pushed out at the 25-yard line. I have a feeling this one's coming back.
By number 1, Carter Boone. Flag on the play. Illegal block in the back.
And it's an illegal block in the back against the Arrows. And that will push the Arrows back. A 10-yard penalty. Back to their own 15 they go. That is their 7th penalty of the game.
Where I just talked about the offense needing to set the the pace and take over control of the game moving through this quarter. Now we're going to look to the defense to shut down Watertown deep in their own territory.
Just over 9 minutes to play in the game here. Watertown with the football in their own 15. 1st and 10 here. Taking the snap. Pitkin has some time as he rolls out. Fires it off of his receiver's chest. A flag down in the backfield at the 10. In those situations, it's 99% of the time a hold. Pitkin had a nice throw there. And it is a hold against Watertown. They'll move it halfway to the goal, 7.5 yards. And the ball spotted just in front of the 7-yard line. It's an 8-yard penalty against the Arrows.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 8-yard line.
The first play, Pickens with some time, hit his man in stride. A great defensive effort. Tegan LaCroix knocks it out of his hand.
Broken up by number 16, Tegan.
That was just a great team effort by the Bucks. You had tremendous pressure on the quarterback, but then Tegan LaCroix makes a great last-second reach to knock the ball down.
That throw was right on the money to Max Sears, a sophomore for the Arrows. But again, Tegan LaCroix swatted it out. An impressive play. 2nd and 17 here for the Arrows. A great opportunity for the defensive line to pin their ears back, as now a run up the middle for Sculled. Sculled up to the 12-yard line, had some pressure, was able to avoid it. He'll pick up about 5 yards. 3rd and 13 on the way.
Got to comment on the athleticism of Edley Amaro there. He blitzed around the end, found himself nearly at the back of the end zone, turned around, and almost chased that play down.
A big 3rd down here, 3rd and 13 here for Watertown. Yankton an opportunity to really try and take control of this game, but again, well, we thought they took control of the game earlier. Next thing we knew, it was a 12-point game, and then Yankton answered right back. Pitkin drops back to pass yet again. Feeling the pressure, steps up into the pocket now, rolls out. That pass tipped, falls incomplete, 4th down. A great job by the Bucks defense.
And that was Gavin Johnson getting his arms up in the open field to block that pass, bringing up 4th down.
Gavin Johnson has made some big plays for this Yankton defense and comes up with yet again another one, 4th and 13. And now you wonder, 8 minutes to play. Yankton not usually a team to slow things down and run the clock, but right now you're up 19 points with 8 to play in the game. It's a 3-possession game. If you can cut some time off of this clock, Watertown, not much of an opportunity. That one a line drive punt. It's going to bounce right around the 39-yard line. Yankton a short field as it stops at the 41-yard line, and that's where the Bucks offense will take over. Again, you wonder, the Bucks, do you start just chewing at that clock because there's under 8 minutes to play here. The run game has been fairly successful. It hasn't been overwhelming, and now Watertown probably going to load the box a little bit more. But either way, Yankton, even just a few minutes if you don't score, feels like a win. A 12th man was on the field for Watertown, had to head off to the sideline. Ball from the 41-yard line. Bad snap. Bestie's able to dive back on it, but the Bucks are going to lose 3 yards in a fight for the football. Another bad snap. We've seen a few of them here. And TJ, as I just said, you felt like Yankton took control. Then you felt like they gave it up. Now it feels like they're in control, nearly fumbling the ball away.
That's where those fundamentals come into play. You just can't have bad snaps, especially when you're trying to put the game away.
And unfortunately there for Tate Bestie, he'll lose 3 yards on the quote-unquote carry. But the clock will tick, and that's important for Yankton. 15 on the play clock. We'll see if Yankton really bothers much with that or if they just run their offense as normal, as Bestie will hand it off up the middle. Sedlacek goes. Not much going on there. He'll pick up 2.
Sedlacek on the carry, brought down at the 41-yard line.
So 3rd and long here for Yankton, and have not chewed off much of that clock.
3rd and 11 for the Bucks.
3rd and 11 here. Yankton's had big plays, looking for another, but Watertown needs this stop here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sedlacek next to Bestie. Bestie, a quick pass over to Boomsma. He catches it, gets past the line of scrimmage. He's got a Yankton first down. 13 yards from Tate Bestie to Boomsma.
What a great run by Boomsma. He put a couple moves on, made 2 guys miss, was able to pick up 11 yards for a first down.
And Carter Boomsma feeling like one of the unsung heroes for Yankton, a senior on the team, has made some impactful plays here tonight. Watertown, that's got to feel deflating. You've got Yankton in a bad position, 3rd and 11. You really don't have much time to waste. It's now under 6 minutes, giving up that first down. Eidson is into motion. Sedlacek right back up the middle he goes. His offensive line didn't give him much room, but he's still on his feet, driving forward for 1 yard.
Sedlacek on the carry brings the ball to the 28-yard line.
So 2nd and 9 coming up. But Yankton now, after getting that first down, all 3 times they were tackled inbounds as well, have made a dent in the clock and still have 2 more downs at least to get more.
And Yankton now, even in the no-huddle offense, they seem to be taking their time and running this play clock down quite a bit in between plays.
And as you mentioned, 9 on the play clock here. Eidson moves from the right to the left side of the field. Sedlacek back up the middle, flag high in the sky. A pickup of 3 if this one stands.
Sedlacek falls forward to the 25-yard line. Brought down by number
Under 5 minutes to play in the game. Yankton still a 19-point lead as it's an illegal formation against the Bucks. Oh, defense did I hear? Well, he said defense.
But it's going against
it is
the Bucks.
against Yankton. I was thinking an illegal formation on defense, huh?
Illegal formation. Yankton. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And now they'll correct it. I was totally thrown off there, TJ. I was thinking, how on earth are we getting an illegal formation on the defense? Almost have to try for that one. Yankton going to be content to let that clock run. 4:45 to play in the game. Your score at 45-26, Bucks on top. Yankton with 12 penalties now in this game. A handoff up the middle, Sedlacek. Immediate contact, falls forward for a pickup of 1.
Sedlacek on the carry gains a couple.
So now here's the difference, TJ. We were just talking about how Jason Sedlacek had 30 yards in 3 carries compared to the first half where it took him 7 carries to get. Now his last 4 rushing attempts, he's got a total of 6 yards.
It's been quite a game for him. He's been having these surges, but now as we're trying to kind of grind down the end of the game, we're just getting held up at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 14 here, and Yankton looks like they might just be happy to run it yet again as we cross the 4-minute mark. They can run another 10 seconds off from here. Probably going to do so, and you wonder, force Watertown into calling their timeouts. Pre-snap motion, Sedlacek just barrels forward, picks up 2 yards. 3 yards, excuse me, and that'll be another 40 seconds off the clock here. 4th and long, and Yankton, now you feel like even you can pin Watertown deep in their own territory with about 3 minutes, down 19. Yankton looking like they're keeping their offense out on the field, though. Muth is not afraid to go for it on 4th down, but 4th and 11 here on Watertown's 30-yard line. Bestie will drop back. He wants it all. Puts it deep. That one bobbled, caught. Abel Bryan, touchdown.
That bounced off of Watertown's hands. He was able to track it down and in for the touchdown.
And that is the tip drill at work. Just when you think, oh, Watertown has a chance of intercepting that off of the defender's hands. Abe O'Brien turns around, sees a freebie, brings it in for a 30-yard touchdown catch. Abe O'Brien, his second touchdown on the night. Tate Bestie, might I add, 5 touchdowns. Through the air, Ortiz is good on the kick. 52-26 your score. 3 minutes, 1 second to play here in the game. That just might do it here at Crane-Youngworth. We'll take our final break before the postgame here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
(52-26) your updated score on the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. Back and forth, I'm not even sure what to make of this game, but the Yankton Bucks came to play. So did the Watertown Arrows, and really, it's been pretty much the plays are all or nothing. We're either seeing a 50-yard play, or it's going about 2 yards, TJ, and I'm not sure I've seen many games where that's the case.
Usually you see one way or the other. It's either a grinding battle or you see large scoring, high yardage game, but this has been a little bit of both. And really, until this last touchdown, you didn't feel like you had this game under control at all, even though we're at 52 points.
52 scored for Yankton. They put up over 40 last week. The offense does not seem to have missed any strides from last year, and they look greatly improved from last week as well. 5 touchdowns through the air for Tate Bestie as Watertown to return this one. They'll scoop it up at their own 3-yard line. Following a lead blocker and up to the 21-yard line, brought down a great tackle and play made there by Jacob Bivens.
By number 85, Jacob Bivens.
So Watertown, we'll see how they play this. TJ, we talked a little during that break. You know, is this when you just kind of wave the white flag, run the ball up the middle, or does Watertown feel like they haven't just enough of a chance to try and go for it? It's been a crazy game, but I think seeing Watertown end up on top would really take the cake. First and 10 from their own 21-yard line. The Arrows with it under 3 minutes to play in the game. Watertown, though, 3 timeouts left. And they will start with a run up the middle. That's going nowhere.
And this is a hard decision right here because you know you're probably not going to win this game. You're not going to pull it out. But you also need to recover a little bit of momentum going into next week for Watertown.
So a 1-yard pickup there for Tyson Miller. That's his 4th carry on the night. And it does look like Watertown is waving the white flag as they're going to run this play clock as well, now down to only 10 seconds. One in the backfield behind Marcus Pitkin. Pitkin is going to turn around and hand it off right away. That Yankton defense nearly got to him before he even had the ball in his hands. Instead, a pickup of 1 or 2 here for Tyson Miller again. 2 yards they'll give him. 3rd and 7 on the way. Under 2 minutes to play in this one, and this one about wraps it up. Yankton will be 2-0 to start the season. Watertown, the defending state champs, will start out 0-2. Not where they were hoping to be, but Yankton has looked good to start this year. And as always, the chase for a state title began months ago for the Bucks, and now is the fun part. 91 seconds to play. A quick toss into the hands right there of Kessler Swenson. Swenson unable to get around or set the edge. He's going to lose 5 yards.
15 miles.
And so 4th down here for Watertown. They're going to send out the punt unit. By the time they snap the ball, we'll probably have about 45 seconds left on the clock. Again, Yankton is going to win this one. What a game here tonight. Back and forth, big plays, but it is going to be Yankton with the win. There's the punt, and catching it is Owen Eidsness. Lost the football. Ball's on the ground. Who got it? And with 34 seconds, TJ, I'm not sure it really matters who gets to take the final knee. And it is Yankton football.
Boomsma recovers the ball.
As Boomsma hopped on it. And setting up for victory formation are the Yankton Bucks here. 34 seconds. They only need to snap it once. Boomsma late to get on the field. They'll take the snap. Bestie will drop back, lose 2 yards, but it doesn't matter. A victory for the Yankton Bucks tonight as they start out the year 2-0 with a 52-26 victory over the Watertown Arrows, and Yankton looks good to start the season on their journey to a state championship. You'll want to keep it here. We've got final stats, our chat with an assistant coach of the Bucks, all coming up here on the First Dakota National Bank of Yankton postgame show. Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area, guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
For whatever plumbing needs that come your way, trust your local guys at Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton. Leaky faucets, boilers, or anything in between. Rest assured it'll get done the right way. Looking for new plumbing? You got it. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating takes care of residential and commercial, from houses to hospitals to banks. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton takes away the stress and provides great results. Locally owned and operated, and proud to support Yankton Athletics.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District. Through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
And on our First Dakota National Bank post-game show, First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. The Bucks win this one 52-26. They'll be 2-0 to start their season. Watertown falls to 0-2 on the season unexpectedly, but what a game here tonight. And what did you see, TJ? What led to the Bucks' victory tonight?
Well, the Bucks just stayed at it all night long. Like I said earlier, it didn't seem like we really fully controlled that game until just the very end. And Watertown brought a lot of physicality tonight, but Yankton just outplayed them.
And so the Bucks 2-0 to start the year. A great start. It's time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hand / hitter of the game. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. TJ, last week our hot hand of the game was Owen Eidsness, and I got to say I think he's a repeat here. He absolutely was the difference maker in this game. 150 yards and a touchdown. Doesn't get much better than that.
No, he had a fantastic game tonight, and I'm really excited to see how he and Bestie continue to show up week in and out.
And now time for your final stats. We'll start with the visiting Watertown Arrows. Lincoln Scult in this one had 13 carries for 46 yards. Marcus Pitkin with 5 carries, lost a yard in total. Tyson Miller with 5 carries, 22 yards. Max Sears, 1 carry, 4 yards. Hunter Peterson, 2 carries, 3 yards. Kessler Swenson, 1 carry, lost 5 yards. Marcus Pitkin through the air went 8 of 18, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And receiving for Watertown, Kessler Swenson, 1 catch, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. Cutler Swenson, 2 catches, 55 yards. Hunter Peterson with 3 catches, 20 yards, and a touchdown. And Lincoln Scult with 2 catches for 52 yards and a total of 55 yards of penalties for the Arrows. And we will be back with the Yankton Bucks stats in a moment. And now joining us is assistant coach Schwach. And coach, what a game that was for Yankton. I'm not sure I've seen so many back and forth huge plays like that, but you came out with a win, and that's the important part.
Oh, absolutely. Guys had a great week of practice. Worked hard. Wasn't exactly expecting 3 touchdowns on special teams and a couple going against us. A lot of big momentum shifts, but guys just played through it and flushed it and kind of next play up mentality.
And as you said, the special teams and defense really the difference maker. 1 pick six for you guys, a kick return touchdown for you guys, and then on the flip side, 2 blocked punts that were returned for touchdowns for the Arrows. And what happened on those plays that they were able to block 3 different punts?
I think just a little bit without looking at the tape. Maybe one snap was outside and maybe just a little bit of slippery fingers on another. And clearly they had watched some film and but get it cleaned up for next week, I guess.
And one player who has really stood out last week and this week right now, Owen Eidsness. I assume it's probably not a surprise to you guys as you've been seeing him in practice. But what is it like having a difference maker like that out on the field?
On and off the field, Owen Eidsness is one of the best players a coach could ever coach. He's in on scout offense all week in practice. I mean, he makes the play. He's even-keeled. He's just a lot of fun to be around and a great leader. Just a great playmaker, and, man, he made some tonight.
And another playmaker on your squad, Tate Bestie, his second start only as quarterback, over 300 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and it was an incredible defensive effort to get that interception. What about that performance?
Tate's, I mean, he's done it the right way. He started remember him as a freshman and broke his ankle on the first drive from playing and fought back, had a great JV year, sophomore year, and just kind of waited in the ranks last year and learned from it, and, man, showed tonight.
And starting out 2-0 has always got to feel good, but I know you guys are a quick turnaround on to the next week. What are your thoughts on the upcoming matchup?
Yeah, Douglas coming to town. I know they struggled week 1. I'm not sure what the score was tonight, but we're not going to look at the score. Just another week, another game, film tomorrow, and be ready to go.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to it. Yankton Bucks football always brings big plays and lots of excitement. Congrats, Coach, on the win. I'll let you get back, and a little celebrating is due tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Again, that was Assistant Coach Schwach here on our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. Now for your final stats for the Bucks before we send it off here. Jay Sedlacek with 16 carries, 73 yards. Tate Bestie with 8 carries for 19 yards. And Carter Boomsma, 1 carry, 1 yard. Tate Bestie again through the air. Incredible day for him. 21 of 33, 309 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. He starts the season with an 8-2 touchdown to interception ratio. His first year as a starter, by the way. Abe O'Brien, 3 catches, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cale Hazelhorse, 1 catch, 7 yards, 1 touchdown. Also had a pick 6. Owen Eidsness with 8 catches, 150 yards and a touchdown. Jay Sedlacek, 3 catches, 25 yards. Carter Boomsma with 5 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. And Edley Amaro Jr. with 1 catch, 14 yards. 76 total penalty yards on the Bucks off of 12 penalties. But again, Cale Hazelhorse with a pick 6. Gavin Johnson with a sack. And then Tegan LaCroix with a huge kick return touchdown that really felt like it put Yankton over the top. Next week, the Bucks then take on the Douglas Patriots. It'll be here at Crane-Youngworth, 7 o'clock for the start time of the game. We'll be live right here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube at 6:30. For the final time tonight at Crane-Youngworth, I'm Zac Spear alongside TJ Stotz helping out on color commentary. Also the owner of the Bone Setter Chiropractic Office here in Yankton. And Eve Hawley helping out on stream. And we got Logan. We got a new face in here helping out on camera as well. Until next time, have a great rest of your night. And go Bucks football.
This has been a presentation of Yankton Bucks football on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton, and the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Linda's Angel Crossing, Hy-Vee, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Bechet, Elwood Dental, Raven Books, Floor Tech Cleaning and Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Dragonfly, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Winston Ray Funeral Home and Cremation Service, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, and H&H Roofing. For everything Yankton Bucks football, tune in to Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton Streaming.